I did find the right button. It's been a Monday. It's going to be a Monday all night long. But we'll see how this goes. Thank you for joining us once again for our role-playing night. You will note I am not in my usual place because tonight I am handing over the duties of the hot seat to Braden.
Oh gosh, how did I get here?
He is once again bringing us an installment as only Braden can do, and we are playing through his 3-man system that he is working on as a quick sort of one-sheet, easy-to-play role-playing system. I may have Braden go over the particulars of it. For those of you who are not familiar with it, before we start, it's real simple, fairly easy to pick up. And if you are interested in it, then you can always DM us on our Discord server and get the particulars from Braden himself. So consider this the plug for the Discord server. If you want that information, you can go there. We do also use it primarily to let you guys know what the programming schedule is for any given week. Sometimes things happen and we have to alter our plans. We will let you guys know via the Discord server, so be sure you are checking that out. We do also put all of our video content up on YouTube, so you can go check it. And you're on the wrong side of the table for that, right?
So what's going on? My life is... I need to clean my freaking bag. I have things from World of Darkness, Warhammer Kill Team, Mage the Awakening. I have so much stuff. It's so much stuff. We haven't even played Kill Team in like 2 years. We played it one time. I got my ass handed to me by Harlequin knife people.
Because we misinterpreted the rules, mind you.
So there's a lot going on around the table. But where was I? What was I doing? YouTube, yes. All of our video content, including all of the shenanigans you just saw, do wind up on our YouTube channel. Be sure you head out there. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you turn on the notifications, and you'll always know when we put new content out there. We are sort of a two-pronged approach here at Casual Cactus, trying to run both Twitch and YouTube, and yeah, it's doing. So all of the help you guys can give us over on both of the platforms would be muchly appreciated. Okay, now that we have done all of that, I'm going to toss it to Braden.
Hi, everyone. So tonight we're going to be playing a wonderful 3-man system game. This is a system I created a couple of years ago to run a one-shot for a couple of friends. It was just sort of simple. Now it has... actually, hold on. I can actually show you...
It has grown.
It has gone from, sort of this very simple character sheet, not a lot going on, to this. I've basically quadrupled the amount of stuff that's on the screen. So basically, while my players are finishing the last bit of their character sheets, the 3-man system runs on a 4-attribute, 6-attribute system. We've got fight, mobility, body, knowledge, senses, and gab. Each one with their own special skills. We'll go over those as we play. There's also a luck system that allows the players to hopefully be lucky and or unlucky with a very karma-based system. Life, there's sort of a percentage as you take life. You have to roll to make sure you don't die after a hit or get knocked unconscious. There's also stress points. If you fail a number of times, you'll get disadvantages. Am I lagging, or is it just lagging on my side of the screen?
No, you're lagging.
Oh,
Okay.
you're
There's a good
frozen
lag.
on my... You're like... on my screen.
Okay.
I
That's weird.
Did you take off VPN?
I thought I did.
Well, I shall continue talking.
Yeah,
and
you
I'll-
want to
Nice,
talking.
since we have
so
our
just,
players.
there are also flavors for the character. Flavors can just be like something that the player is very good at with this particular attribute. For example, for fighting, you could put boxing, and if you fight using boxing, I will allow you advantage. Or gab, you could be like, oh yes, I'm a politician, and when used politicianing, I have advantage because of my attributed flavor. There's that. We also have a little inventory. At any point, the players can say they have something and write it down on their inventory slots. They only get 3 of these, so they can use these for storytelling as they wish. They're sort of a small blurb on rules and how to create character. And there's a little notes section as well, because in the D&D character sheet, the notes section is very small. Like, it's only, in like how big my handwriting goes, it's only big enough for maybe like 3 or 4 words. So sentences look very weird. We also have with some of the roles, there's also a high or low system in which the players at the beginning of the game will determine high or low. That determines whether, for example, luck or life rolls require you to roll high or to roll low. And I think that's all we've got for the moment. So let us begin by introducing the setting, if Keith will open to the greater table. About 30 miles southwest of Cairo. I don't know what is in that direction, but no one did back in 1824. Around this age is when a lot of British archaeologists and other archaeologists of the time were fascinated by the royal Egyptian families, specifically mummies. Some of them for the glory of being able to discover something that had been lost to the sands of Egypt for a long time. Some of them for fame, fortune, medical reasons. Egyptian wallpaper, which was a thing. But there's a small camp here to the southwest of Cairo. Not too big, maybe 5 tents in total, a couple of camels. As there's sort of a small little dig site. Going down about maybe 20 feet, sort of sets off to the side, while we have a couple of tents. And we see a couple of enclepted and strange characters here in this small camp. The sun beginning to rise, indicating a very soon-to-be hot day here in Egypt. As who do you feel would be, of you all, though you don't know each other quite yet, actually, at the beginning of the game, we have to decide highs or lows. And this is up to the table. Do we want this to be a highs or lows game?
Sure. Outvoted.
I know.
Alright, it is a highs game, so please set your luck to 50 and your life at 0, please. So as you succeed in luck, that number goes down to 4. If you fail, that goes up to 6. And with life, you are counting up
How much
instead
is
of
life?
down. Life
0.
starts at 0.
Okay.
And when you take damage, you will rack it up.
So you're like 100% at your doom once you hit that.
If you get 100%, the only way you live is if you hit 100% on the die. However, statistically, getting to 100 is difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. I will now repose the question: who would be up first in this morning in Egypt?
Oh, it's probably me. Either because I'm up for the final watch, or because I'm just entirely too paranoid to sleep in.
Okay.
Um,
Please describe your character. The
Yeah.
person we see as we pan over to you.
Well, see, that's part of the problem is you probably wouldn't see him. He's one of those rough and tumble sort of Foreign Legion kind of guys, and he has found some place where he can see but not be seen. The only thing that sort of gives him away, if you're watching really closely, is the faint glow of a cigarette as he, takes a draw on it in the early morning. If you could see him though, he's sort of this lean, wiry guy. He's always got something close to hand that, while it may not have been designed to be used as a weapon, you know for a fact that he can use it as a weapon. If you're too close, though, he's spinning out wild yarns about the Illuminati and how aliens actually built the pyramids. But, most people don't get that
Oh, you're
close.
that guy. What's your
In
name?
1824, were people doing alien conspiracies?
He's ahead of the curve. What can I say?
Fair enough.
So he has introduced himself to you all as Jimmy Hobuck.
Jimmy Hobuck.
Real quick, Jimmy, where are you from?
Why? What have you heard?
Well, this is God asking, or the storyteller, as I like to. I like that moniker.
Okay. So he is
Just sort of.
he is originally from somewhere in the Midwest of the U.S.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Although if asked, he would probably tell you something else entirely, and he may not tell you the same thing twice.
As you watch over the camp, you see sort of someone just barely coming out of their tent, enjoying the new morning in Egypt, and I pass it to the table to pick up whoever wishes to come out of the tent. It's up in the air. It's a fly ball. Someone's gonna catch it. Okay.
Excuse me. All right. Oh, much better.
Gotta watch them fumes, man.
What?
Them ancient pharaohs put a curse on the sands, man. You get it in your nose, you'll be sneezing for days.
Where are you from?
New York. Where are you from?
Not New York.
Ah,
That
explains it.
It's fine. There's the short man with a bulbous nose, elderly gentleman with like mutton chops and a large like swirly mustache.
You are the very model of a modern Major General.
Yes. My name is Professor Hubert Ignacio Thrumpet.
Professor Thrumpet is what I'm going to put in my notes.
Some people call me Nacho for short.
Okay.
But, Professor Nacho to you, I am the head of this operation, and I'm so excited, and I have to teach that William Buckley a lesson. I have to assume that you've picked 1824 for a reason, after all.
Sure.
Can't go about uncovering fossils in
All right,
England.
Professor. Where are you from? I assume somewhere in Britain.
England, good man.
England. Okay.
Goodness. Meh.
You're just from England.
In
All of
general.
it.
Cornwall. I don't actually know if that's...
Cornwall.
Yeah. Was that what? Wales, England? I forget where the lines are.
So does England most half the time.
Technically, Cornwall is its own thing, but
That's right.
England.
Was it?
Yeah.
At that point?
it would have been, yes.
Oh, Cornwall.
What do they call them? Counties? I guess it's one of the counties in England.
Very well.
County Cornwall.
You can see many of the other denizens of the camp are also waking. Sort of the maybe like 4 like assistants you have with you are sort of getting up as well and preparing breakfast and whatnot. Any of you two wish to step into the story?
Okay. You see a kind of like a tall, a tall, lanky kind of fellow, and he's very well put together, very well groomed. He comes out. He's got his big backpack on. It looks rather heavy. Kind of wondering what's in it. And
Bodies!
Bodies.
the bag's not that big unless I cut him up. But hey,
I don't know your life.
You're smuggling a mummy on there.
and he comes out smoking a really fine, decorative smoke pipe. And we'll see if that comes to play later.
Sure. May I inquire upon your name?
My name is Osvaldo, and I am a professional recorder. I catalog, I record things, and take notes on everything going on.
Okay. Where are you from?
I am from London.
Okay. Which is in England.
Are you sure?
No, he
Lies!
Which is in England.
means London, Texas.
Don't.
The amount of Londons is
Start this,
absurd.
Keith.
The number of Milans is also disturbing to me.
I'm from Moscow. In Russia? No.
In Texas.
In Texas.
Paris, also Texas.
Wrong plane ticket. Now most of the camp is up now. You can see most of the hired workers are beginning to get ready to go down into the excavation site. The assistants are gathering the gear. Professor, you're sort of surveying the dig site, and we are now introduced to our final individual at the camp.
What emerges from the tent is loosely referred to as a man. He is built like a house.
He's a brick.
His hands are bigger than most people's faces. Sausages for fingers. Pushing 7 feet. Just a house, a mountain of a man emerges. And my name is Quentin the Magician.
The magician.
Quentin the Magician.
It's all a part of the name.
He introduces himself as Quentin the Magician when you ask his name.
I see you saw the mobility trickery.
Don't. Just wait.
I'm so
You're gonna love it.
I'm so excited.
Uh,
I should have asked if you wanted this to be serious or not.
it does not have to be. So, Quentin, may I ask where it seems you might be from?
Indiana.
Okay. Indiana.
Gary, Indiana?
Sure, why not?
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah. What? Because I have to ask you, because some sort of fit in. And what are you doing here?
That's a great question. Do I have to tell you now, or can we let that unfold organically?
I always love surprise. Let's let it let's let it evolve organically.
Let me guess. You were in the middle of a disappearing trick and it went wrong, and you wound up here. Freaking aliens, man.
Very progressive for 1824. This is quite a thinker. Outside the box every time.
I think at that point, a lot of them didn't they just refer to them as like celestials at that point?
I don't even know.
Who knows?
I have not brushed up on my conspiracy theories.
Neither have I.
1824.
Off the cuff thing.
No, that's fine. It's also funny.
Just wait. All of mine is off the cuff. Just wait.
Okay.
Excellent.
Very excited about this now.
So, as the dig commences, if you guys would just quickly give me a little spiel on what you do for the day, for the day, as the dig begins, the workers start working. As the sun in its hot intensity goes across the sky. What does it look like on a regular day here at the dig site?
Most of my time is spent in the shade. Every couple of hours, I will get up and walk the perimeter and make sure no one is sneaking up on us. But I am here primarily to keep eyes out, not in.
Are you the only one?
I don't know if I am the only one. I am a one.
Okay.
You think you're the only one?
I think I might think I'm the only one. And I guarantee you, even if I have fellows, I don't trust that they can do the job as well as I can.
No. There's probably maybe like 3 locals who are sort of doing a job that you are just like,
Yeah.
maybe about 3 months of training they might be half as decent.
I was better
my work.
I was better than these guys 2 weeks into boot.
Okay. Anyone else describing what they do usually?
I am avidly watching the workers, and just I'm in my book with my quill and just cataloging every little thing I see, and giving a very descriptive detail on how we came about to finding stuff and all that.
I'll give you a little quick spiel on what has been found so far. There's sort of a weird, like, not domed, but like cylindrical stonework, sort of like this, but imagine a lot bigger and made of stone. But sort of just like lying in a sort of a slight downward angle into the sand, and they're sort of continually uncovering it as time goes on.
Like, how much bigger are we talking? Like, is this like
grain silo? You know those like really big ones in like the Midwest of
Gotcha.
America.
Is it
building sized?
Is it like a full cylinder, or
it's-
is it just a half cylinder?
It's unknown because you're still digging,
Okay.
but from like a certain part that they've kind of like dug, it seems like you have at least like enough that you could assume that maybe like a tower had fallen or something.
Okay.
Like not naturally that someone would build like a weird cylindrical like building. I mean, you never know with the Egyptians, but
Aliens, man, I'm telling you.
you could, Professor, you could assume that perhaps this had been a tower that had collapsed.
Of course,
At
under the
some
weight of the
point-
sand, it wasn't structurally sound.
Correct.
Small
And
plate
speaking of which,
tectonics.
what would you be doing, Professor?
Overseeing, of course.
Managing.
Managing. Okay.
Yep.
Checking out, supervising, making sure everybody is tip-top. Doing everything the way that they should be, of
Don't
course.
put the dirt over there, put the dirt over there!
Informing everyone that I can about all of the different bird facts that I know, as well as as occasionally pausing to write scathing reports from anonymous sources about the inaccurate discoveries of William Buckley. That was his name, right?
And of course,
Sure.
taking plenty of tea breaks.
Buckland.
Bucklander.
And what?
And of course, taking plenty of tea breaks.
Plenty of tea breaks. I'll even offer you some eventually.
How I imagine
like
is
biscuits?
you're just sitting sort of on
Those are
one
mine.
of those like old fashioned beach chairs. You have a small little table right next to you, sort of writing scathing reviews while also just like doing that and having a little spot of tea occasionally.
I mean, I said it as a joke, but you continue to just become more and more of the Major General from Pirates of Penzance.
Of course! This has to come from somewhere.
And finally, the one I'm more curious about. Quentin, what do you do on a usual day here in the dig site?
As it is a dig site, I dig.
You help dig.
Occasionally I move heavy objects, but I dig.
Okay. It gets stranger and stranger every day. Okay.
You know when earlier Danny was asking everybody what their characters were going to be, and I said I was making it up as I go along? I'm making it up as I go along.
Okay. All right. on this particular day, because it has to, or else the story will just continue, and I'll just be like, so what do you do on this particular day of the dig site? No. On this particular day, while they're sort of like excavating a particular spot, there's sort of, not a rumble, but like as you guys watch as a reasonable sized stone of the tower falls, with gravity and over time has fallen out of place and sort of has fallen out and sort of left an opening into this sort of cylindrical building.
Eureka!
Sort of, there's some excitement, excited noises. There's sort of
Professor says
some of the
Eureka.
some of the locals are kind of just, talking amongst themselves. Mummy curses are very well known at this time, in this time period, and the superstitious lot of people. So they're sort of some of the workers sort of just like kind of back off and are just like, well, now we get to have a break because they're gonna go in there and
Pretty sure the word eureka is ancient Egyptian for alien.
So, Professor, seeing this, and as you are the overseer of the project, what would you like to do?
We must explore!
Oh.
We.
I see your plot. I'm rushing towards it blindly.
Okay. All right.
Professor runs
Catch
away,
it before
never-
it gets away!
I dodder towards it.
All right. You begin running towards
Riding
it.
crop under one arm.
Running is a strong word. What I'm doing.
So I'll
At the teeth.
I will curse and flick my cigarette off into the sand and make sure that I'm at the opening before the professor. Pardon me.
Well, just because this is an opportunity to roll. Let's have opposing speed rolls. That will be under mobility.
Look, mechanics.
Can I use
Oh.
sneak instead to get there ahead of him?
Also, I want in my head you have. riding
I'll allow
crop,
sneak.
teacup.
100%.
And I'm justifying it by, I'm just sneaking my way
That's
ahead
fine.
of him.
So, my flavor moves freakishly quietly into places he isn't expected, very unintentionally.
I mean, it would be very unexpected for you to be in the dig site.
I mean, my,
You've been supervising the last couple of days.
so my flavor
It's all
is that
out.
I hide easily, and sneak is actually my spark. So
Then I will. Yeah, you can have advantage.
I'm glad I have advantage because my dice still hate me.
9.
9.
12.
So, Professor,
weird thing.
as you're huffing down to the thing, sort of weirdly, sort of just like
There's a
whoosh
tap.
in the in.
There's a tap on your right shoulder, and I go by you on your left and get in front of you.
Whoa!
So you do make it to the opening. The opening's maybe 3 feet by 3 feet.
Okay,
So
Professor. First off,
Nice.
this is what you pay me for. Let me go first. Second off, I think we probably need at least a couple more bodies with us, so it's not just you and me.
Of course. Mr. Oswaldo!
Coming! As I'm
Has
still
all of the recording equipment.
got my book and my quill.
Do you have like a fancy setup so you can just be in front of you, so you don't have to hold the book? You can just write as you go.
actually,
be
back in
heavy.
this time period, there used to be a thing where it was sort of like
Put
a
on your
small little
neck?
box. Yes, exactly, and it would like sit sort of on your chest, sort of a loop with a neck, and you would just have like a sort of thing like that. Of course, it was only used by Cambridge students at the time because they believed, not about exercise, but not wanting to stop writing just to get somewhere. So.
The number of Cambridge students that tripped and fell and ruined their theses was Man, shameful, very shameful.
So
Truly a
you
loss for the
continue on following the professor.
Yes, Professor. Yes.
No.
Quentin?
Quentin the magician will go fetch a light.
Ah, smart. What kind of light?
Do we have oil lamps here?
Would you like to luck roll it?
Sure. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, that's an 80.
Okay. That is above your 5, so set your set that now to
60.
60.
What is this?
That's for luck.
Is it just him?
Just him.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not a shared pool.
It's not
Okay.
a group plot.
It's not a group plot. Luck is person based. Luck is not group based.
That makes sense.
Much in life.
Much as in life, yes.
Much in life, I have seen many a traveler enter a casino, and usually not all of them make it out with decent amounts of money. All right. What do you find? At this point, I turn it to you to decide
I
what
find
it is.
an old school lamp, fully stocked, already ready to go, and I can just
Alright.
pick it up off and bring it over.
All right, you do so. Coming down with it as you join with the rest of the group.
So I'm going to reach into my pack and pull out a torch, light it with my cigarette lighter,
Okay.
and then look around, grab one of the a sizable stone that has fallen off of the tower or whatever, knocked off,
Mhm.
and poke my head through the door. Now, I'm going first. Stay close,
Okay.
and I'm gonna sort of
Alright.
torch and rock first. I'm
think
going
that
in.
would-
Let's
call you
have. So we're gonna do a senses roll, and I should just explain how the 3 senses. So there's inward senses. That's sort of like looking inward to someone for like checking to see if someone's lying,
Insight.
or very much like insight. Outward is like looking outside, feeling sort of perception, and then unseen is sort of just like. Is that a ghost? Or
I was hoping that's
or you
what
could
that
add, or you could put sixth sense. as sort of another-
Unseen is the I'm being watched.
Yes.
Extras. Okay.
So like extra
Extrasensory.
sensory.
Ah.
So make a outward senses roll for me.
Okay, so that is my spark.
Okay.
And I have, my flavor is keen hearing. Am I relying on my ears for this?
I will allow it.
Okay. 3.
3. Okay. It is dark. The immediate thing that hits you is just like, that is a taste of air that has not seen fresh air in millennia.
A little stale.
Very stale, very musty.
But from what you can see, there's sort of, it does appear to be a tower, cylindrical. It seems to have fallen down, and you can see sort of a thin, maybe a little layer of like sand that has sort of leaked in. You do see occasional little glitters of sand from your torch just kind of falling down from just the sand that is still above the tower.
Okay.
You can see further down, there's sort of what would have been like the floor of a tower, but it seems like to have collapsed, and you can see maybe further on down into the tower.
Seems safe enough. Come on in.
Very well. Rightly.
Okay.
Just
Uh,
one of my items is a teacup.
Okay. Okay.
It's decided.
All right. You enter in. Professor.
Yes.
Are you sparked in academic?
Aww.
Which is knowledge.
Where
Top
am I?
right.
Oh goodness, no.
Okay. Are you sparked in obscure?
Yes.
Roll a knowledge obscure roll for me. So, I'll let you do that, and I'll sort of explain how my thought process.
4.
Okay, it's a tower, and you kind of can see Egyptian carvings along the wall. I'll explain knowledge real quick. So I put knowledge into sort of 3 categories. There's the academic, I went to school, I know higher learning. There's common knowledge, which some people don't have. But common knowledge is more of just like, oh, I know who the Kardashians are. Or
pop culture.
pop culture,
Common sense.
Common sense.
I don't have
And then
that
there's
type.
like obscure things where it's just like, oh, I know that this thing, like random thoughts that and just,
Speed of light is 86,282 miles per second.
well, that would be academic. But it would be
Also
obscure if you were just like, oh, this is all the... I'm trying to... Me personally, I am sparked and obscure, but I currently cannot think of like an obscure
Oh,
fact
I
that I
might
would
should
know.
have put him in
Like
academic
trivia
then.
stuff.
Like,
If you wish to change, that's fine.
they're not helpful academic knowledge bites, but they are.
But I feel
I mean-
like it not being helpful is what size die do you use?
I use a D8.
So
Wow.
I'm sparked and obscure, but it's all conspiracy theories.
That tracks.
My top is academic.
So I'm going to switch over to academic because
Okay.
that seems to be more in line with what you intended.
What's your flavor of knowledge?
If it's anything to do with birds, I know it, even if science doesn't yet.
Okay.
Trade inspiration. Game.
When did they first calculate the speed of light?
Not yet!
Anyway.
If 2 swallows were carrying a coconut.
Anyway.
African-European.
You can see like Egyptian motifs that have kind of crumbled on the walls a little bit as you continue down into the tower. Are the rest of you following?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. You follow for maybe another good 30 feet.
I'm actually leading the way because I've got to be.
The group, you as the group, go about 30 feet forward. When you see...
Can we tell if we're going up or down the tower?
oh, interesting. You would be going up the tower because of the
Fascinating.
the motifs of the humans are sort of that way.
All right.
So feet would be behind you, heads would be
Got it.
ahead of you.
We have to momentarily inform you of this strange fact that,
Oh.
that I looked up because
Please.
Keith asked us. The speed of light was first measured in 1676 by a Danish astronomer.
Not accurately, but it was first measured.
He measured the speed of light by timing eclipses of Jupiter's moon Io.
Oh,
Very cool.
that is cool. Okay. You guys go for about another 30 feet until you sort of kind of see like a roofed end cap at the base, at the end, and you can see sort of you see a sarcophagus sort of on its side, and you can see just a smattering of other things. And you also see sort of maybe what had been like a stand, a pillar, a pedestal. That's the word. A pedestal sort of has fallen over as well. So, because I'm interested, can I get everyone to roll a senses unseen?
I want to know what everybody's flavor for senses is.
Keen hearing.
I have magnifying glasses.
Frequently talk to people who aren't alive.
Brayden, can I use my flavor to have advantage? Because my flavor is hunches.
Ooh.
I suppose mine will depend on if there's anybody close by that's not alive.
I mean, there is a sarcophagus.
Fair enough.
So I'll allow advantage for the two of you then. So you can roll and take the higher.
And this was unseen, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So that's a 7.
7. a 7,
6.
6,
3.
3,
15.
15. Okay.
Wow.
For the two of you, Oswaldo and Professor, you get sort of a chill as you sort of see the sarcophagus and sort of the thing ahead of you. You quickly dispel that as, sort of the anticipation of a find.
Just a win.
Did you know that crows have funerals?
They have funerals.
Do.
There is
Crows
some
have
weird.
funerals.
You sense something weird in this tower. Like, I'm trying to think.
So would that count as a failure for me?
It would.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to think. Like when you're in the dark and you 100% think that something's looking at you, but when you know you're alone, but there's always that animalistic instinct of just like, you're not alone. You sort of feel that.
We should be on our best behavior.
Always, always, good man. Am I ever not?
Well, of course, it's just proper to be in good behavior.
Especially if it was a crow funeral.
Exactly.
Because apparently they're trying to evaluate if they are in danger. Not so much grief, but they are trying to decide if the crow has died by some unnatural means that still threaten them.
Okay, hang on.
That's awesome.
Crows don't have funerals then, they have communal autopsies.
Excellent point. Communal autopsy it is.
That's awesome.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna pull out a cigarette, put it in between my lips, and bring the torch down and light it.
Okay.
You're weird, Doc.
Thank you. You
Wasn't a
was a
compliment.
mirror, right?
It was.
You have no idea what I just said.
I have no idea.
Fine reporter you are.
I had my head in my book when you were talking.
Well, shall we open her up?
Hold on. Aren't you gonna check for traps or some shit?
Wait. Let me write down the inscriptions here and get that catalog. And
You do see inscriptions, however, you can actually you do see inscriptions. Would you like to try and see if you can decipher what you can read?
can I do a knowledge check?
Knowledge what?
Knowledge academic.
I'll allow it. That would be sort of hieroglyphics, sort of from what hieroglyphics you
And
can
now
make
for
out
my
of it.
flavor, my
Uh-huh.
backpack.
Okay.
In my backpack is full of
I
books.
was gonna say you're a walking
Okay.
library.
You're
Yes.
walking library?
Yes,
Okay.
and I will pull out my Egyptian one.
Go for it.
While he's doing that, is it apparent from the front of the sarcophagi whether this is a male or a female sarcophagus?
It would be female.
Okay, we can resolve his role then.
It's gonna say they came from the stars. I'm betting
17.
good money on it.
17. Okay. Much of the hieroglyphic inscription you can see there's sort of a small base plate that's sort of cracked, and you can see a couple of pieces have like fallen off into the sand. It would be near almost impossible to try and redo here in the field, but from what you can get, you do see 4 words. Trade, 1, afterlife, and again.
I'm going to politely rap on the sarcophagus.
What the hell are you doing, man?
Sort of made of
Oh no! I'm knocking politely.
right. You knock on sort of a stone exterior.
This is
Just
not
hear
one
them
of
out.
your disappearing cabinets.
Oh, testing for the hollowness. That's an excellent idea, sir.
Can I get
Knock as well.
everyone again to make a senses outward? As a side note, Keith, retake that stress. Stress is only if it's like in a high
We're
stressful
not in a
situation.
stressful environment
Yeah.
yet.
Okay, good deal.
5.
8,
Would
5.
keen hearing apply?
Yes.
Okay.
8, 5.
So, Professor, I'm noticing these inscriptions. What do you make of this?
2.
2.
So much for my keen hearing.
Professor?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about funny bird facts.
Bueller.
With my 2 8s and a 5. You kind of see.
give you
You
cancer,
kind of
man.
see. You kind of see two
Can't
things.
prove that.
You see, see one thing, and you hear another thing.
Oh, dear.
Sort of, kind of where that pedestal was, sort of where the sand is. You see 4 little. You swear you see 4 little green, like little dots, like a finger, like not a finger, laser pointer. You see like 4.
Oh, you were right.
sort
They're
of-
aliens.
Oh my
See
gosh.
4 little green little dots and sort of scatter really quickly, like as if they'd
Buried
like
under them.
like someone had moved the laser pointer dot away.
Margaret?
You also hear sort of like bug chirps.
Bug
Bug chirps.
Bug chirps.
Can you identify what kind of bugs?
Make a knowledge common.
Oh. That's a 6.
6.
Yeah.
Maybe
Sounds
like
like
a cricket or a lotus or something.
Sounds
A
like
locust.
crickets. So, as I was saying, the inscriptions says, trade 1 afterlife again. Does that mean anything to you?
Trade 1. Afterlife.
Again.
Trade 1. Trade 1.
Peter Sherman.
Afterlife. Again.
I'm thinking maybe sacrifice, but I could be wrong.
Are you volunteering, good man?
I am not volunteering.
Aw. Shame.
Sounded like he was volunteering to me, Doc.
I jest.
Yes, Quentin.
You're excellent,
Oh,
Cora.
good job.
So you're sort of looking at me,
Waiting
waiting
for the
to.
plot to unfold.
Oh yeah.
Quentin is looking around expectantly for the plot to happen.
Okay.
Well, given that you're the professor, and I am the one cataloging everything going on, and he is our protector, I think it falls to him. Mr. Magician here.
Isn't he our protector?
That's what I said.
That's what he said.
Oh. Sorry, I'm a little bit long in the tooth and shy in the ear.
Your second item should be the earphone.
What?
What?
What? Well, he did knock after all.
He did.
Nothing's knocked back. I'm terribly disappointed.
Anywho, they'll be tough for that later, I'm sure. What?
Oh, I'm curious enough to check this out. I dart her over to where I saw the green lights because I'm stupid. Stupid man.
I'll go with,
Uh-huh.
with
Okay.
the lantern.
You go over there, and you sort of look around, and you can see what looks like. No, Siri, I didn't want to talk to you. You see a piece of jewelry. Particularly, you see a Yuska broad collar. Sort of very like ancient Egyptians would wear it. Sort of the large.
Oh gosh, it's starting to get all over.
That's what I told Keith. We're gonna find a Stargate buried in the.
You can see it's sort of made of like a metal, not. It's not made of gold, but it seems to be like polished in gold. You can see set sort of in the middle. You see sort of this wonderfully and beautiful red gem. You can see sort of where 4 slots would be. You see sort of 4 indents that are empty.
Interesting.
There were how many lights?
4.
And there are 4 indents.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidence?
I think not.
What a beautiful piece of jewelry. Seems to be a few bits missing. I'm sure it's nothing.
Just living his best life.
You could get a pretty penny for that in Chicago.
Now, sir, this is for history.
And by that, I assume you mean the museum in London?
Is there any other?
There's plenty. Clearly, you've never been to the States.
No, I have not.
I've been several times, given many presentations. So
So you know there are other museums than the British Museum.
that is true.
I'm just saying.
Very interesting ornithological society museum in Wisconsin. Wait,
Yeah,
it's not
sure.
in Wisconsin yet.
I don't know. There might be. I looked up to see when Indiana became a state, so I could say I was from there.
Fair.
North Carolina?
East.
Can I have? can I? Can I have everyone roll a d4 for me?
Sure. 2.
1.
1.
3.
Roll a d2. Okay.
Sorry, I said it. I don't think.
Oh, my apologies.
That one wasn't me that time.
So, 2, 1,
3.
Oh, good. No one gets the head.
No context needed.
No context wanted.
Of course.
Semi at the same moment, you all feel a pain.
Ow.
For my 2 1s, you feel like a sharp pain, like in the back of your calves, like someone had just like stabbed you with like a needle or like a dagger.
How rude.
Professor, you just like clutch at your arm as if you had felt a sharp pain, and you feel sort of a pain, sort of like in like your back under your ribs.
Oh, Charlie horse, I hate these.
Am I bleeding?
Do you look?
I look.
Okay. You see what looks like a small incision.
The hell?
I assume we all.
Everyone
the
make.
same
Hey.
thing.
This is gonna be a semi-high roll, but we'll see what happens. Can I get everyone to do a outward a self-inward senses for me?
Can I use my flavor of hunches?
No, not on this one.
I'm assuming dead people talking probably not helping either.
No.
Fair enough. 7.
5.
7, 5,
3.
3,
I'm gonna
1.
1.
Woof.
These dice are not doing it.
Professor and Jimmy. You see it very briefly as you check your wound. It looks like just as you see it, you see kind of like 2 little insect legs slip in.
Oh,
Ah,
it's a
oh,
bug
hell
crab.
no.
It's a bug crab.
Oh, hell no!
No.
And I'm gonna take my lit cigarette and jab it into the wound to see if I can get to whatever just crawled
Sure,
inside.
make a.
Ooh.
Let's do a fight dirty roll. Because you are attacking yourself,
Okay.
and you're fighting dirty by,
Okay.
using a lit cigarette.
So my flavor for fight is improvised weapons. I
That
would say
yeah,
a lit
I would say
cigarette
that that
counts.
counts.
So. And you said dirty, not weaponry.
Correct.
So that'll be an 8.
An 8. Okay. You jam it in there and you like take some pain. Add 5 minor damage, and please make a life roll for me, please.
Okay.
5%.
So I roll
Well,
percentile.
percentile, you want to roll above 5%.
Yep.
98.
You're perfectly fine. Yeah.
My drill sergeant told me how to do this.
You drill it in. You don't. I mean,
I don't know if I got it.
you just kind of feel like this gentle rumble coming from the sarcophagus. You watch as like one stone of the tower sort of as sand starts coming in, and you can see small other pockets of sand just like start falling into.
All right, we gotta go.
Maybe we should run,
Everybody go.
run out.
Out.
Daughter away!
And I'm just sort of watching, sort of watching behind us as we go. I'm backing down the hall until I get a sense that there's nothing following us. And then I'll turn and run and follow.
If you want to do that, make a senses unseen before that, and then I need everyone to make a mobility speed roll.
Sorry, what was that?
Make a mobility speed roll to get out of the tower.
And boy, I so wish my spark was
Oof.
unseen because that's max 6.
Okay.
Maybe somebody give me an
And then
assist.
what was the second one? It was mobility speed?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, you can 3-man team up as long as no one uses a spark.
Is this to escape?
Yes.
Would my mobility flavor of magic tricks help me escaping sand?
Sam!
Do you how tell me how you magic trick your way out of this?
How do I magic trick my way out of this?
He's not been here this entire time. It's all smoke.
Well, I was gonna say
Smoke
because I've had to escape from magic tricks before,
Oh, like that.
being sunk to the bottom of the river.
While you think,
Yeah.
So I will, because clearly Prof is floundering, I will assist Prof.
all right, you're at it. You are now tied together with your rolls using the 3-man system.
I got 2.
19.
Oh, thank
So
God.
the 21, the two of you are able to get out.
9.
You're fine.
Okay, go with me for this. As part of my magic trick training, I have learned how to make it appear that I am walking across things I should sink into. Think Legolas across the snow.
Okay, I'll allow it.
That's so much better. That's a 14.
Yeah, you are easily able to get out. As you guys kind of feel the rumble and are able to get out, you can hear some of the people going, look out! Yeah, collapse! As sort of behind you, you can feel the tower has sort of whoosh, collapsed in on itself as sort of a divot in the sand now has occurred above where the tower was in the sand, sort of woofed. And sand kind of comes and like buries you guys a little, at least up to your thighs in sort of sand as you guys are able to do it. Jimmy, right before you left the tower, and we're looking behind, checking. The mummy, the sarcophagus face was sort of stoic in that sort of way of just staring forward, but you could swear you saw it crack a smile before you left.
Freaking aliens, man. They done got their sarcophagi moving. And of course, I'm not saying any of that out loud, and it's just what I'm thinking.
Didn't you say you were from New York?
No, I've never been to New York in my life.
But hey, at least this encounter did not have any lasting repercussions.
Of course not.
Of course not.
200 years later,
Whoa!
The fuck?
We're
It's
immortal
slowly-
and we're still stuck
it
together.
slowly became apparent to you all that you stopped aging very quickly.
Fabulous.
For some of you, you seem to reverse age, sort of, in looks and appearance. Sort of staying within your late 20s, early 30s now look about you. Really quickly,
Apparently.
And this is
Am I
how you.
now,
And the old doddering professor is how he looked in his early 20s.
so, 200 years will slowly pass for you all. But
It's modern
I would
day.
like each of you to do 4 consecutive luck rolls and tell me in order on how, whether you failed or succeeded as within the 4. So for
Alright.
the first chunk, if whether it was a fail or success, then let me know like order-wise as well on failures
Do
and
we need to
successes.
adjust the luck score?
You will
for each
adjust
one?
as you
As it
continue
goes.
on with life
Okay,
as
do we
well.
want to do this all at one time?
So-
or
Yes, let's do this all at once. So let's see how everyone's luck for the first 50 years went.
So I'm trying to
You're trying to get higher than
higher
your roll.
than the 50.
And you only have to do the percentile where it's the double numbers, not the full
What if you
percentile.
tie
Oh,
it?
not the
What
4%.
if you
It's the number or above.
Number
Okay.
4 above. Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
so that is.
Okay, so that's a success.
So that was a
So
success.
success.
Fail.
Okay.
Fail.
And then, like, how do I adjust
Mine
this?
was a
to
fail.
become-
So if you succeed, you lower it.
You raise it.
Or yeah, you raise it by 1, so it gets harder the more you succeed. When you fail,
by
you
1?
so it goes from 50 to 60.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And then if you fail, you lower it so it gets easier to succeed.
Sort of
later.
karma.
I failed.
You failed the
Yes.
first one?
Yes.
Oh, you failed
No.
the first one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you failed the first
Yes.
one. I succeeded.
I failed. She succeeded.
I succeeded, yeah.
Okay.
So, Jimmy and Professor, 50 years have passed, and you seem young and spry. What do those 50 years sort of showcase as you are successful? This brings you up to 1874.
You no longer hobble.
That's true! I don't daughter.
Correct. Like old ailments, you feel 30 again.
Yes.
For some, that might not feel great, but, you know.
That right knee injury is much better from that elephant hunt back when I was a lot younger. And I believe I would have begrudgingly studied some dinosaurs.
Okay.
I
As a side note, as we are going and you wish to change some flavors to fit with the time, please feel free to do so. Or if you feel like your interests have changed over the next 200 years.
I suspect I probably.
Birds all the way.
I suspect I probably served out a couple of tours with the Foreign Legion, made both a name for myself and a good bit of cash before it became apparent that I couldn't stay with that group any longer because I wasn't aging like I
Well,
should have.
You would have might have been the first person to find out that even getting shot seems to mean nothing to you.
Oh, almost
Oh, that
certainly.
must be nice.
And so then at the end of a couple of tours, I will probably disappear from
The Foreign Legion.
from the Foreign Legion and
Where do you end up by the end of the 50?
let me think. So that's 1874.
The Civil War has ended.
It has. I suspect. I mean, my first instinct is that he's probably got someplace down in the bayous of Louisiana,
Okay.
out in the wilderness, away from people.
Okay. Oswaldo and Quentin, the last 50 years have not been kind to you.
No.
What has happened to you guys?
I constantly got looked over for a promotion at the London schools, and I had to take a side job as janitor.
Okay. For the last 50 years.
And,
No wonder you're so spiteful.
Yeah. Just struggling to get by day to day and just making a living and stuff like that because for whatever reason nobody wants to hire me for anything.
Fair enough. I will say, just for flavor, this is also around the time that body snatching was a big thing, and a lot of the schools and all that used to do very Frankenstein-esque things of testing to see what would happen when you autopsy a dead body, shocking the muscles and whatnot. So, just sort of an obscure
Okay.
knowledge. Quentin?
Well, it's been a very rough 50 years because not too long after said events, Quentin, who has still been digging in Egypt, has been trapped in a pyramid for all 50 years.
Oh no!
That is correct.
Didn't get out?
No, this was not a pyramid. He got trapped in a different
Oh.
pyramid.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Days
wow.
later, weeks later, I'm exploring
All right.
another pyramid as part of a dig, and now I'm
Let's-
stuck.
Let's see the next 50. Everyone roll another luck check to see what the next 50 years look like.
Success.
Success.
I already rolled that.
Success.
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 Okay, Quentin. Let's start with you because I want to see what the next 50 years look for you. Bringing you up to 1924.
I have escaped from my pyramid, but much better for it because I have determined that, contrary to what I believed before, the ancient Egyptians were in fact not hiding the secrets of magic in the pyramids. So I have determined that is not where ancient secret magic is being held. Let's see, 1924.
100 years have passed. Will
Yeah.
have passed up to this point. So.
At this point, Quentin is somewhere in Asia, still hunting for the secrets of ancient magic.
Okay. Good to know. Anyone can jump in if they think they know what they're.
I don't know my history.
I mean, at a certain point, you just start forgetting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. So as my time as a janitor,
Okay.
school was out for summer session, whatever, and like that. So I went on a little vacation, and as I was out, I was still continuing to proceed doing my recording stuff, and I actually came across a big discovery that increased my social status a bit. So,
Sort of gotten to someone's good graces.
yeah, it's gotten good gracious.
Become a society man.
And I'm not gonna say king. That's kind of too much. The Duke of the West hired him. No. He became a more a proper researcher.
Okay.
And his career is starting to go in the right direction now.
Where would you be researching? Where particular in the world would we find you at this time period?
Let's say the jungles of the Congo.
Okay.
Because why
Around
not?
that time, a lot of people were exploring that as much as they could.
Yeah.
So, Jimmy or Professor?
I have been on many scientific expeditions at this point in my very long, ridiculous lifespan. And let me tell you, it is so easy, so very easy, to imitate other scientists. Their work. However, it's also very easy to create multiple pen names for yourself so that you can have an amazing breadth of work published that involves all of your wonderful explorations and your wonderful discoveries. I also have a keen theory that the dinosaurs might be related to the birds.
Okay,
I'm enjoying my life very much right
Jimmy,
now.
where have the last 50 years brought you?
Well, I spent a lot of time in the swamps, doing my sort of keeping to myself thing, and then in the late 1890s, I got this bug up my butt that I needed to leave.
It's not in your butt, my good sir.
Right, but
Close enough.
close enough. So I headed north to the Yukon in time for the
Ooh.
Yukon Gold Rush. Also in time to miss the great Galveston storm of 1900,
Okay.
which to this date actually remains the fourth deadliest hurricane to ever hit the U.S.
Okay. Well, let's
And I
see.
made my fortune in the made more of my fortune in the Yukon.
Let's see what 1974 brings, shall we?
Disco.
A failure.
Disco.
Shag
A
rugs.
failure.
Yes.
Disco, shag rugs,
Uh,
copious amounts of weed. Woodstock.
As a success.
Success. Oh wow, that's okay. Success.
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 And I went down to 40, then I went to 50.
Failure.
Okay. All right. So, sort of 100 years difference of failures to now successes. Let's start with the successes. Where do you find yourself, Oswaldo, from 1924 to 1974?
So his dig down in the Congo was very successful, actually, and found a lot of ancient artifacts, and there might be hints of beings not from here. Cannot confirm or deny yet.
That's because we're all in Highlander now.
Yeah.
This is also around the time of Roswell as well.
Mhm. Which, by the way, I just got back from Roswell. Very disappointing.
all the aliens were hiding in plain sight. You just didn't notice that's what they were.
If you wanted to get probed, all you had to do was ask, man.
But with the success of the recordings from the Congo, his services has been become more renowned to the higher ups of what you want to call it, to the to more
Scientific communities.
scientific communities, yes, and scientific papers and stuff like
All
that.
right. Quentin.
Quentin has taken advantage of modern methods of travel and has traveled the globe mastering every form of magic trick that exists. He has spent time everywhere. He has gone on even more digs and found all the ancient forms of magic and mastered all of them.
Oh yeah.
So-
From Harry Houdini to the Buddhist priests who were able to just have hot water poured on them. Yeah.
So, sawing a woman in half, how'd you put it back together?
I cannot share with you magical
Magician cannot
secrets.
reveal the secrets of...
Let me
But
guess,
wait.
you've also got your show in Vegas.
Not yet.
Now,
We have to see. I don't want to be in Vegas right now, Keith. Do you know anything about Vegas? I don't want to be there right now. I'm
Now-
gonna give that a little time.
now where there is success, there is also failure.
Of course.
So for Professor and Jimmy, what failure has occurred in the last 50 years?
Well, went to all of the trouble of forming the American Birding Association, and only to have its lead, the face of the organization, get married, and as a gift I gave them a pair of turkey vultures, which is a fabulous gift in my opinion. The symbolism is so clear.
I did not, however, realize at that particular point in time that turkey vultures vomit in self-defense. And one of my personas was cruelly written out of the Ornithological Society.
So that was a bird fact that you did not know?
Correct.
That's the one bird fact
I'm very
the
disappointed in
professor
myself.
did not know.
It cost me my ranking in the Ornithological Society.
It cost me my gaming ranking, man.
It cost me my ranking in the organization that I founded.
So
At
where
which
do you...
point, I have secluded myself in my far too large and far too bird-themed house in Nantucket.
You've heard of crazy cat ladies.
The crazy bird man, bitch!
Okay.
So, Jimmy.
I want you to have fought on the side of every losing war for the last 50
well,
years.
to be fair, he
You
missed.
wound up in the wrong
He did
places
miss
for
World
this.
War One.
Or better yet, you have wound up in the wrong places in the world to fight it all.
That's more like
You,
it.
you
Given
have missed the
I
wars.
have missed every war that has happened in the last 50
The
years.
greatest wars of
Because I've
human
been
history.
because I've been wandering the north slopes of Alaska and northern Canada looking for more gold, and it
ain't there.
There's not none.
It ain't there. It ain't easy to find if it is there, and so I've
Wandered the wilderness
I've wandered
for-
the wilderness for 50 years and have been forced back into civilization, I suppose.
Time to learn about gold.
So I think I found myself probably in Seattle during the mid 70s.
Okay. At this point in time, probably by however means it happened, whether it was by a metal detector or an X-ray, or by whatever means, you have found out that floating somewhere in your body is maybe about the size of a $50 is a beautifully crafted locust.
Ooh.
It seems to be made of some kind of metal. And if you ever tried to get it out, or doctors try to get it out, they just simply can't find it. It's a weird thing, perhaps.
Interesting.
Freaking aliens.
Now, because I like
Alien eggs.
I like the idea of this, I'm going to have all of you succeed on the final luck check for the next 50 years.
Yay.
Bringing us to 2024, to a modern day.
Should we still adjust our luck score?
No, don't worry about your luck score. In modern day, it is now 2024. Near 200 years have passed. What happened in the last 50 years, and where are you now?
I have several AI accounts dedicated to birds. After briefly being cancelled, a word I still don't fully understand, for saying something controversial on something called Reddit. But my bird accounts are wildly successful. But in
Bird
my,
blogs.
Yes, bird blogs. And I go about giving tours to children who are enthused by my eccentricities. Through Appalachia.
Through Appalachia. Oh boy.
If you wait long enough, I'll keep making things up.
Okay. Where does everyone else end up at this time period?
So I managed to, on my way back into civilization, I managed to find one of my caches where I still had a little bit of
The Yukon Gold.
a little bit of my Yukon gold. When I got into Seattle, I cashed it in and invested in a couple of local businesses in the Seattle area, and wound up becoming one of the shadow investors pulling the strings behind what would become Wizards of the Coast and Boeing.
Okay. And Boeing.
And Boeing.
You sure you want us to...
Well, in 2024, actually, I probably cashed out in 2019 before all
There
of the
you go.
Fair
before
enough.
before all of the weirdness started happening
You
with
want
those
to be
two companies.
responsible for this, Kate?
Nope.
Nope.
You-
No, I
you-
cashed out. I saw the writing on the wall and cashed out, having made a tidy sum of money in both.
Also, COVID.
Yeah, also COVID.
Just get everything out before the banks, all the bank people close
I can
from
see
COVID.
it coming. These people don't know how to stay apart from things.
I was-
We've
I
Aliens
was-
are
Yellow
going to
fever.
infect them.
The aliens are going to spread their infection all over the world.
for my last two.
Do you want to go? For
Oh, I can go. I'm pretty sure. I've got. Okay. Quentin,
Uh-huh.
having mastered every magic trick known to man,
Mm-hmm.
having fulfilled his life's goal, retires back to Indiana where he was born, where he lives on a farm, and he does children's birthday parties,
Oh,
magic
how
tricks,
That is
because his life is now fulfilled.
Okay.
Aww.
That's nice. Oswaldo?
Discovered that the magic was within you all the time.
The more you know.
Yeah. Oswaldo is he went on many adventures around the world, and he is quite famous on TikTok.
For what?
TikTok
For what?
for
Not birds.
not birds. No. Every time he goes on a journey, he catalogs
Oh, you're
himself.
a travel vlogger.
Yeah, travel. Yeah,
A travel
there it is,
vlogger?
travel vlogger,
Okay.
Yes.
Hey guys, what's up?
Exactly. Since he's been alive for 100 years, though, he has advanced his many different languages.
You've been 200 years.
Oh, is it 200 years? Yes.
200 years.
He's been getting very proficient in many different languages across the world, to include old languages that nobody uses anymore.
The problem is they keep changing them.
Exactly. And he no longer has a bag of books. He has an iPad.
Good
Like
job.
everyone else.
He's like everyone else.
Congratulations on upgrading to the,
Yes.
the modern era.
But yes, he is a TikTok vlogger.
And none of us have lost our heads, so we're all still in the running to be the next Highlander.
All right.
Oh, this is where this is going. They're
I mean-
the only one.
Oh,
Come on.
it's kind of surprising we didn't run into each other at some point.
True.
No,
Well-
it's not.
We're about to. Only a matter of time.
I was a crazy conspiracy theorist that got away from everybody as quickly as he could.
Oh no, what's this? The plot! It's happening!
Ting! Sort of one day, no matter where you are, you sort of get a sense,
The beacon is lit.
sort of...
Your locus
Yeah, sort of
is
a-
fully charged.
About a year ago, you guys sort of got like a weird sense and just thought nothing of it. But one day, whether you were looking at a newspaper or an article or something like that, you saw that currently being displayed in the New York Museum of History. You see that there is a brand new exhibit. About 5 years ago, they had discovered a mummy, hadn't dug it up and had been researching it, and they were preparing to show it to the public. And you all recognize it.
Ooh.
You recognize you semi-recognize sort of the sarcophagus of the woman, just in the of the sarcophagus, and you also, the one thing that you recognize is sort of that Yusak broad collar with the red gem in its center and the four indents, and it's being shown in the New York History Museum.
Oh, hell no.
Now, for many of you, you looked at this article and perhaps you were just like, interesting, they found it, and then just left to think nothing of it. However,
Is she still smiling?
It does seem that there was some damage, and there's sort of like cracks to make it look like a smile. But yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Hell no.
You guys, perhaps some of you think nothing of it. Oh, they found it. Whatever. However, it starts eating at you. For 9 months, it just
jeez.
eats and eats at you. Until at a certain point you're just like, well, I can't, I'm obsessing about this. You can't sleep without it being in your dreams. So, in however manner you do, you decide to go and see it.
I walk safer than bone. Allegedly.
You, in your various ways, make your way to the New York History Museum. You enter in, see some of the various exhibits that are around, and eventually you get to the ancient Egyptian section of the museum. And almost like a movie scene, the four of you step up to the glass, staring at the sarcophagus of the woman you had not seen in close to, in almost the anniversary of nearly 200 years ago. You stare at it for a little while and also notice that some very familiar faces are also standing next to you as well.
Did your grasshopper get the best of you too?
Good to see you too, Doc.
I see some things never change.
Very little has changed, quite literally.
As a side note,
Nice to see you too, Professor.
what would you guys' names be now if they have or have not changed?
Yeah, Jim Hobuck.
I've been out in the wild. No one knows who the hell I am, so I'm still using my same name.
Same. Quentin, is it still Quentin?
Quentin the Magician.
Professor?
So do
are
you
you
tell
still
people
the...
it's like a title or something? Like
Barry
that movie?
Ignacio Worcester.
They get that idea from you?
You know, now that I think about it.
I tell you what,
Worcestershire, actually. That sounds better.
call my lawyer. He could help you.
And, Oswaldo, do you still have your name?
I don't
And
know. Half a dozen of them.
on TikTok, I go by Ozzy.
Ozzy?
What's the professor's name at this point?
Barry Ignacio Worcestershire.
Did they name the sauce after you?
Nacho sauce or Worcestershire sauce?
Both.
Yes.
Nachos, yes. Worcestershire sauce, no.
Well, I would give you my lawyer's card, but you're going to have a hard time making the case on nachos.
It was one of my pseudonyms back in the day. They've already given me the credit.
Oh, okay. So, alien bitch call you ladies here too?
There she is.
We're not ladies.
Auntie, will you make a outward senses roll?
Can I use my new improved magnifying glasses?
It's been so long
Sure.
since I've been
Yeah.
someone like this. It's great fun.
12.
There's a little bit of sploof.
That's a 12.
You remember long ago, you saw the hieroglyphic tablet that had been broken.
Mm-hmm.
You see it off to the side, and it seems like they have done their best to sort of repair it to its full thing, and there's also a small blurb on a translation.
I would like to read their translation and then translate it myself.
Sure.
See how accurate they are.
Sure, make a make your knowledge academic roll for that then.
Alrighty. And can I use my iPad?
You can use your iPad.
That's a 14.
Okay. You are able to tell that they have translated it correctly.
Okay. What does it say?
Ankra, trade 4 lives to 1. Trade to the afterlife to return again.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Bitch has been smiling for 200 years. Big joke, isn't it?
The translation from the tablet. It says trade 4 lives. What is it? Trade 4 lives for what?
Trade 4 lives to 1.
To 1. There's 4 of us.
Oh dear. That seems as if it bodes not well.
Not well indeed.
She's been laughing at us for 200 years.
You're big, can you punch her?
I forgot you were massive, man.
Yeah, no, he's built like a house. He's huge.
He's a brick house, he mighty. And letting it all hang out.
I could try. That's not really my forte, though.
Well, the way I see it, we have 2 options. Either strength in numbers, or we all split and disappear and go hide.
Been doing that for 200 years.
We're still alive. She's still dead.
I like the
Are
way
you
think.
dead?
It's a sarcophagus.
What? Why are you gonna do that? Why?
I sometimes talk to
verify.
dead things. I try to talk to her.
Do you want to try and talk to her?
Sure.
Oh, aliens don't speak
Oh,
English.
well that's a 10.
A 10?
Which also, it's
Should we
exploding,
say
so it's an
ancient
18.
An 18. Okay.
I wouldn't. Mainly because I never learned ancient Egyptian.
Sort of just. You hear. Enjoy it while you last.
Enjoy it while you last. Well, I am, thank you.
That is creepy.
What? You didn't hear that?
Well,
Hear what?
The weird whispery voice. Enjoy it while you last.
And you don't think that's creepy?
Well, I thought it was quite cordial.
well, we have been alive for 200 years. Maybe our time is due.
Fair point. I, for one, have lived a very fulfilling life.
I do suppose at some point I will run out of bird facts to learn.
I don't think science works that way, Doc.
Perhaps not. That would be lovely.
Well, he is old enough. Maybe he invented science. I mean,
That's fair. Thank you. I'll accept credit.
So, why did we all decide to come by?
well, I mean, I saw the news on my iPad, and it's been, I don't know, just a funny feeling. It's like, just need to see.
I assume that we all ended up here for a reason. I assume that was because we had been summoned, and I assume it's because of the grasshopper.
I assume you are correct.
Now, I don't know as much about grasshoppers as I do about birds, but I feel as though this is all logical conclusion. So is this the thing that we're supposed to beat now?
What is the sarcophagus?
or-
Is it like inside a glass casing?
It is, yes.
Okay.
We just
Keep
leave,
on going.
maybe. She did say enjoy it while it lasts.
I take
It
my
has been
teacup
200
out
years.
and I sip at it. Very well!
Hmm.
You can you see a college Will you assume like maybe a college kid, maybe someone maybe in his like mid-30s, is sort of kind of like drawing it out on a pad as well. Well, kind of sort of looking at sort of a lot of the details of it and sort of drawing it out.
Is it any good?
Yeah, I want to take a look at his drawing.
Sure.
I'm just
make,
gonna glance at
yeah.
it.
you glance at it. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a senses inward.
Can I use my glasses?
Sure.
No. That is a 1.
7.
7. Like, he's doodling. It seems like he's doing an alright job. It looks like he is doing this as a distractive thing.
Too odd.
Seems like he is just sort of like, doodling like
Excuse me.
badly, but more or less just like observing it more than trying to jot it down.
Okay, so the emphasis is more on him looking at it, not copying it.
Right.
Okay.
It seems like he is making it look like he's trying to copy it, but he seems to be more trying to get details out of it than anything.
Okay.
So, same time next 200 years?
Certainly, I read a comic like that once. Newfangled graphic books.
It might be in our best interest to exchange numbers.
Oh, of course. We can have a group chat.
There you go.
Not another one.
Can I have each of you?
Spam you with
Y'all know
so
those
many
cell phones are gonna give y'all brain
points.
cancer, right?
Can I have each of you roll a body immunity roll, please?
Oh, I'm terrible at this.
Oh.
The DC is 5.
Yeah, I got a
Oh.
1.
It's a 4.
4, a 1,
I got a D4.
a 9.
5.
5 on the dot.
I can't.
Yeah, I only have
I have a D4.
Yep.
So.
To Mr. Worcestershire and Ozzy, you feel something begin digging out of your body.
Oh,
Ah!
no, that's not right.
Is it from the leg that...
It feels very similar to a pain you felt 200 years ago.
Ow, ow, ow.
Ow.
The grasshopper is on the move.
Stop that.
Stop. Stop it. I smack at it.
You smack at it.
Yep, that's all I got, man.
Tink, tink, tink. The two you see out of your pant legs. You see what look like 2 copper locusts, beautifully made out of metal, with a tiny little green gem on the back of their back. They sort of start.
Can I try to catch him?
Sure, make a. Well, actually, I need the both of you to take an immediate disadvantage of frail.
I was already frail.
Congrats, you're old again.
Any physical rolls will now be at disadvantage because old age is now catching up to you. But if you would like to try and catch yours, it's going to be a mobility trickery roll
I'll try.
at disadvantage because you are now feeling the effects of old age.
That was much
can I
better than it
assist
had
one
any
of
right to
them?
be.
You may.
Can I assist the other?
You may.
So I will assist the professor.
Okay, I rolled a 9, which is shocking.
And add to that a 12.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
21.
My disadvantage is a 3.
Well, then it's a good thing I rolled a 17, huh?
Oh, nice.
With a 21 and a 20, you are able to catch these locusts. It seems like they were heading towards the
The collar.
the collar.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll get a like a specimen glass jar out of my bag,
Okay.
and I'll put it inside and screw on the lid. Do you want me to hold on to yours?
There's so many more birds in the world.
You're gonna swallow it? Make a.
Nom, nom.
What do I even?
It goes down my back and goes back out.
Probably.
Yeah, well, it buys you 8 hours. Make a, I guess, another body immunity check to sort of take this thing down.
Once again, it's not gonna go well.
No.
That's 2.
Yeah. It
Tunnels its way back out.
it jumps out of your. It climbs up through your nose and then pops out your nose and begins and then
I'm
heads
gonna
to the case.
Try and
Yeah, I was just saying,
grab,
we'll try and
grab it
grab
again.
it.
Go for it.
That's worse than the one that happened last week.
Okay. My 1.
Plus my 18.
Plus my 1.
You're able to.
20!
You're able to catch it once again.
Yeah, let's put it in the jar.
Yeah, let's put it in a jar.
Back into the jar.
Put it in a jar, screw it up.
Yeah.
I'll hang on to it.
Just gonna start trying to.
I'm just gonna reach over and just shake it.
Don't
Ding,
break
ding,
the
ding,
glass.
ding, 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 ding. It's sort of as if like a little metal thing in a glass jar.
You guys have behaved for 200 years. You'll behave for 200 more. Do they look like alien artifacts? Because
They do.
I mean, because that's what I'm looking
Keith,
for.
by
Yeah.
this point, you have seen Stargate.
They look like very beautifully bejeweled metal locuses with a green gem on the back.
It's like the
Freaking
blood.
aliens.
Like
Mummy.
This is like a worse version of the
Don't you
You're
get
in
any
world, but there's a
ideas?
snail somewhere in the world.
Don't get any ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they able to break the glass?
You don't know.
Not yet.
Okay. I will put the jar in my bag and I'll put stuff like carefully wrap it like in clothing.
So I suppose if we want to live,
So-
we have to be very far away from this thing.
So ours just popped. So, excuse me. So ours just popped out on a whim. I wonder how long till you two.
I don't want to find out. And with that, I'm going to turn and walk out.
Strength in
Well-
numbers. We should go together.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it's going to claw its way out eventually. I assume. And
I'm walking away.
whether you're awake or asleep.
This is why we should go together in shifts. I can grab us a room. My blogs are doing well.
I'm not hearing any of this because I'm walking out.
Fine, I'll follow you then. Good at being a pain in the ass.
I've had 200 years to practice.
What does the translation say again?
Ankra trade 4 lives to 1. Trade to afterlife to return again.
Trade to afterlife to return again?
So I, given the nature of these little bugs and on her collar there are 4, I assume if these little bugs return to the collar with all 4, we die and she comes back to life. That's my assumption.
So what's the last bit, though? Trading to the afterlife.
We go to the afterlife, training her to come back.
Seems a bit redundant, though, right? Because it says that twice, basically. Trade 4 lives for 1, and then trade 4 lives for 1. I mean, I'm no expert in Egyptology like you all, but that seems kind of pointless
Yeah,
for them to write it down
You
twice.
had 200 years to study. You didn't do that.
I had other things to do, okay, man?
He thinks I'm an expert in Egyptology.
Would you like an iPad with some knowledge on it?
No, thank you. Those things will absolutely rot your brain.
But not yours.
Yeah, whatever.
For now, man.
Tinfoil hat.
You say that, but there have been studies that have proven that that actually works.
It blocks the signals, huh?
It absolutely blocks the signals, keeps the cosmic rays out of your brain, man.
Keep you from talking to people that aren't there.
I don't know. I've never been able to talk to people who aren't, like, right here with me anyway.
Interesting.
Huh. Interesting indeed.
I should write this down. Excuse, I should type this down.
What, you don't use the pen stylus on your iPad? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I want to be as far away from that crazy smiling alien bitch as we can get. So I'm going to the airfield, and we're going to fly, I don't know, Australia sounds good.
Okay, so hear me out.
Okay.
As far as I can deduce, there is only one way if you want to keep living forever.
Okay.
We have to steal that necklace. We have to launch it into space.
You know what? That sounds like a plan. Let's make sure. I guess let's acquire the necklace, and I can talk to my buddy Elon.
Your buddy?
You would be friends with me.
You would be friends with Elon, that is true. You are a madman. Not quite the megalomaniac sort, but definitely a madman.
I mean, he's a little crazy, but aren't we all?
Not in the same way.
You know it's bad when the conspiracy theorist is saying he's a little crazy.
Yep. And when, like, I'm, like, the madman. Yeah.
What's your main magic ability?
My main magic ability?
Yeah.
Brandon, did you forget the part where I have mastered every
Yes,
magic
but
technique?
what's that under?
I think it would fall under mobility.
Trickery?
Well,
Oh,
trickery is my
mobility
spark, but
trickery?
I have put magic tricks under mobility.
Make a mobility trickery check for me, please, then.
Does magic tricks apply to this for
It
advantage?
does.
19.
19. Only because you spent the last 200 years studying any kind of magic you can find. If you got the necklace, you might be able to figure out how to change what it does. Live forever and make sure that it doesn't bring her back, quote unquote.
I thought I covered that by the launch it into space part, but sure.
All right. So
I
if
think we have to acquire this necklace.
So if we need the necklace. Dang it, I didn't want to.
Oh, this is
It's
like that
encased in
motion
glass.
picture
I
that's
didn't-
called, what is it? Mission Impossible. We had strings from the ceiling.
You do such a good job with the vocabulary. We're like, it's not a movie to him. It is a motion picture.
It's good. So for us, it'll be Mission Impossible. For you, Prof, it'll be more like Night at the Museum, I think.
I haven't seen that one.
Am I wrong?
Oh, okay.
Now I can be sneaky and hide, so I didn't want to have to spend the night. I didn't want to have to hide from the guards.
Oh, I
but-
can be a distraction.
Yes, you can. Have we gotten out of the museum yet?
That's where you were heading, sure.
That's where I was heading that way, but
Now we gotta go back in.
if we're having this conversation like right at the lobby before we head out, it's like, damn it. And I will see if I can find a place to hide.
It's easy. You go into the men's bathroom.
Yeah, no, but see, that's the first place they check because everyone's seen those movies too.
You gotta get up in the vent.
That's why
This is not Die Hard.
Well, isn't that Mission Impossible as well?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay, a lot of
And
movies
a
have
thing
done it.
called Boondock Saints.
Brayden, I would like
We'll
to
see
see what the
that.
security measures on the case where
Yes, that's what I
necklace
was
is, or
thinking.
what that
Sure,
looks like.
let's...
Meanwhile, I'm going to be scouting for a place for all of us to hide,
Okay,
including the
I
prof,
am
who I know
very
is terrible
observant.
at it.
Then make a senses outward on that then. If you guys are scouting out,
What's happening?
also make a senses
I'm
outward.
not touching anything. Why is it doing it?
And I am using my magnifying glasses.
Is there any way that keen hearing could apply?
Um,
You said outward?
probably not.
Okay. Dang it. 2.
2,
7.
7.
So exploding is success. Whatever you roll success plus another roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roll it again and add that roll to the max.
18.
Could,
18.
can I make the case instead of senses?
Yeah.
Because my mobility flavor is hides easily, could I apply that instead?
I'll allow it. So we'll start with you two.
Okay.
For you, Magic Man, for the last 200 years, technology has not been your forte. You only know like the basics.
I would argue it is, because I have studied magic, as in illusions and trickery.
Okay.
I would have to keep up with all the new ways that you could do stuff.
All right, fair enough. You can see cameras. There's probably like motion sensors in those cameras that will set off the same way. The glass is probably will trigger if something tries to break it or something. For you, Ozzy, same thing I said. Motion cameras, all of that sort of stuff. There's probably a thing that will detect if the glass gets broken at all. Will set off an alarm. There's probably a pressure pad. So you can see that there's gates that will come down in the section openings that will close off if it detects as well. You know.
I have an idea.
Okay. Well, while you simmer on that idea, we'll go over to you.
17.
17. Okay.
Nice.
Bless you.
It would be very easy to hide in an employee-only place. Like if you were able to get back into like the employee access points or like the or the storage room.
Okay.
That would probably be your best bet. And then try and find a hiding spot back there.
Okay.
So.
Alright. Then, yeah, I will go find the rest of the group. Our best bet is going to be hiding in some of the employee-only sections.
Do I still get to be a distraction?
I mean, you're the expert in misdirection. You tell me. Do
Always
we
a
distract-
night watch, right?
All right, Brayden, using all of my 200 years of training in the art of deception and misdirection, can I come up with a plan for how we could acquire this thing without getting caught?
Do you want to roll it?
Of course.
Sure.
I do have an idea to disable many of the security. Not all, but many. A blackout.
This is becoming Ocean's 11.
Yes, it is.
Sure.
How are you going to arrange a blackout?
All you gotta do is find the main wires and snip them and.
It's easy. You get a bicycle chain, you throw it over the power lines.
Bing, bang, boom.
You don't think they've got battery backups?
With my 18, would I know a little bit more about that?
18.
For my
To figure out what it would take to turn off the power?
no, as far as what they have for security, like what
Oh, for backup, like a backup generator?
Yeah.
A place like this probably would have a backup generator. It would probably kick on less than 10 seconds after a power outage.
You gotta think the Illuminati's protecting all their secrets, man. They're gonna have this place wired 3 ways from Sunday to be sure the lights stay on.
So we find the backups. Take those out.
But if it gives us a small enough window to make the switch, see?
Exactly.
Alright, what's
15.
15, okay. we do a montage. We begin seeing a montage of the plan. Run the plan by me on what you're thinking, and I'll tell you whether or not it's workable or feasible. Like, give me the steps of the plan.
Is there distraction involved? I can distract the night god. With my mind-boggling bird facts.
Okay.
New York.
What time frame can I, or like how much prep time do we get?
I mean,
Until the bugs come out.
and until the bugs come out, which you don't know when that is.
But I do have 2 of them in a glass jar.
You have a questionable amount of time,
Okay, we
Sooner is
acquire.
better.
so you don't know. You don't know a time frame.
We'll need a fake mock-up of the thing, the collar. It doesn't have to be good, but we need a fake mock-up.
I have a very descriptive drawing of it.
And then, what we're gonna do is we'll hide in the building. The plan will be to use mirrors to hide a person moving into the room. Right, so we'll use mirrors and reflections to make sure that an individual could not be seen somewhere in the room.
Okay.
Our friend the professor will cause a distraction, which will give one of us enough time to be ready to cut the power. We will cut the power, make the swap, and then by the time the power comes back on and the systems all come back up, it doesn't look like anything's changed. And we walk out.
You still need to get into the glass, though.
Oh, but if the power's out, so the security systems are disabled, we don't have to, like, we could cut a hole or, literally we could, like, just open the case. And because the systems will be offline for long enough. You just have to do it fast.
Okay.
take a heart
Then I will say.
I'm just gonna get lost in the museum and make my presence very known about the time that I need to, because I'm a doddering old man
And no one will think twice about us because everyone will be worried about the doddering old man.
who got lost in the museum.
Well,
Yes.
dang it, I'm probably the sneakiest one here.
So, I'm gonna need. Let's see.
I have rope. Does that help?
Oh, look, 50 feet of rope.
I'm gonna need so don't roll yet. This is just what I'm saying. You'll need a stealth roll to hide out in the museum before it ends. You're gonna need a socialized lying or debate roll for the distraction.
Dab is good.
It is.
You're gonna need
That is my
a
top score.
you need at least a couple of trickery rolls to get the to do all of the mirrors and all of that.
That's me.
You'll probably need an academic roll to try and create a copy of the.
I believe that's me.
We literally have the team. That's specialties.
So a stealth roll, a socialized lying or debate roll, a trickery, and an academic.
You have a spark in academics.
I do.
You have a spark in sneaking. You're just good at gab, and I assume he said all of them, so you have a spark in it. And is academics your best one?
It is.
But mobility's not your best.
Yes, it is.
And mobility's my best one. We literally have our specialists.
As the music begins playing, let's start off with the. When are you doing this? Immediately?
I mean, it's as soon as we
A
can
little
because
prep,
we've.
yeah.
I mean, otherwise,
For whatever prep you can,
Probably
let's
right
see.
after closing.
Let's see how well you can quickly
Yeah, like, we
with
just-
an academic
as soon
roll.
as the
Let's see
mock-up
how
is ready, we're good to switch.
quickly you can make a mock-up of the broad collar.
Alright. And I will consort my iPad for materials and my own drawings and stuff like that.
Go rent a 3D printer.
Yeah.
That would take too long.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, that's fair.
I'm gonna say it's
We're
probably
in New
you'll probably need above a 10 for
We're
each
in New
roll.
York. Go to a prop house.
That's true. You could probably just go to any prop house.
Oh,
Well, you got academic.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a 18 and 18, 20, 22, 23.
20. Did you spark?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
23 on the
awesome.
academic.
So you got a 20?
D20 for my academic.
And you rolled a 20.
And you rolled a
he
20.
rolled
I
a
got
20.
I got 18 and a 5.
So it only sparks.
It
on
only
the
sparks
20.
once.
Oh.
It only
Sparks
sparks-
is when you
just
get
have
a
so you have
critical
advantage for your flavor, and
Yeah.
then if you roll the maximum amount and it's your
Oh,
spark, you
the
get
max.
to roll
Yeah.
But
again.
you still rolled it.
Okay,
You still
so
rolled an
18.
18.
Still rolled an
Yeah,
18,
you still
yeah.
rolled an 18.
Okay.
So, you're able to find and sort of make what you're looking for. Easy enough. Some costume jewelry for the red gem. Easy brushing of like the collar. Easy enough.
I did
You're
my
able
part.
to do it.
Yep.
We go to the next step of the plan, which is hiding out in the museum.
I sparked on that one and ended up with a. Well, we all
Right,
have
we're
to
not
hide,
we're not
right?
to you yet. No. He's handling
Oh,
the hiding
he's-
for us.
he's- the only
but
hider.
hides
Okay.
easily, so I have advantage. And that is a 16.
16. Absolutely, you're able to. You find like a. You see that there is actually an out of order women's bathroom, sort of back there where the employees would work.
Just an image
There
of all
is.
four of us sitting. We're sitting on 5-gallon buckets. Somebody's got a magazine, and we're just huddled in this out of order women's bathroom until it closes.
You got games on your iPad.
Angry Birds.
I told you it's gonna rot your brain.
Okay.
Yeah, look.
You wait, and wait, and finally nighttime comes. The next step of the plan, the distraction.
15.
15.
Imagine all the dead
Nice.
things in this place that are going to be talking to the professor.
Yeah.
I get close enough so that like I can be heard from the guard stands or.
Hello.
Oh, Mom, this is fascinating. Oh, this is lovely.
what are you
Start
doing
knocking
in
things
here?
over.
Oh, hello, sir. How are you?
Did you know that?
What are you doing? How did you get in?
Well, through the door, of course.
When did you walk in?
I've been here for hours.
None of this is a lie.
Well, you rolled a 15, so that is. They do believe you.
Did you know that birds do a
D20
thing
went
called anting
somewhere.
sometimes, where they cover
Think it was-
themselves in
did it go that
ants?
way?
Nobody knows why, but we assume it's for feather maintenance.
Well, how about we take you outside to see the birds?
Oh, but I wouldn't want to miss any of this glorious museum before close.
But if you hurry, you might be able to see the pigeons before they go to sleep.
Oh, did you know that pigeons recognize faces?
You are escorted out of the building. Now, while that has been going on, we move on to what has happened.
Hold on, I dropped my D20 and it's gone.
Oh
No, found it.
And the game can resume. So, now to set up everything it will take to steal the damn thing.
Oh no, Killian got captured.
25.
Woo! Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
Okay.
Was
There
it
you-
now we-
coincidence we all had something in each
I don't know, was it?
And now we need somebody to cut the power and somebody to make the swap.
That is correct. So, that's probably going to be,
I figure being sneaky is going to be important on making the swap. I don't know
Yeah.
about cutting the power.
Trickery might be important on the swap, depending on how.
Trickery
it does it,
will
'cause
probably
it has
go
to
for
be
the
fast.
swap.
Yeah, I don't have.
The
I
power,
do, so it depends what the power is.
uh, Well, let's do a fight weaponry.
Okay,
To-
that'll be me.
to,
That'd be your job, friend.
Yep. Okay.
Alright.
That's for the power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we'll do power
So
and I'll make the swap.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right,
Oh.
make a.
I'll head down to the breaker panel.
As a side note, with that life that you had taken earlier, who took the life damage earlier?
I did.
Yeah, that was 200 years ago. You were feeling much better.
Fun fact, that was 200 years ago. Heal.
Okay. All right. So I will
Only
make.
took 200
I will
years,
make
but
my
you
way
know.
down into the utility spaces,
Okay.
and I didn't bring a weapon with me, so I'm
You
gonna
do have inventory slots.
I do.
I have a knife.
But more importantly, he's going to improvise something so that
More
his improvised
importantly,
weaponry
my
counts.
flavor is improvised weapons.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna find something, be it a crowbar. I'm looking for something blunt. So either a crowbar or a fire extinguisher, one of the great big ones. Specifically, I'm
Yeah.
I'm looking
You
for
see a
one
metal
of those.
folding chair.
I'll take it.
WWE style.
and that one's for you. And so I will grab it and take it with me.
Okay.
I'll set the guard's lunch pail that was in it off to the floor,
Okay.
and then I'll find the power panel.
You find it. You
And
hear
I'm
the
just
gentle.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
wail
Make
away at it.
a fight weaponry then.
And improvised weapons.
Improvised weapons.
This is. Hey, do you got that one's cocked. 8.
8. Okay.
I mean, it's not great, but could have been worse.
I was looking for a 10, but you take a stress. You do get hit a little bit with electricity. Just not enough to take any damage, but at least to stress you out a little bit. So I will say it does take the power out. Not as long as you were hoping for, but it just means that the DC is probably going to be 15
Okay.
for the trickery.
$13.
Mm.
And that's the last we saw him.
And I can't help because I'm not there.
Can
you
I
would
help?
be there.
Can I-
You can 3-man it.
I would. do
Oh,
that.
but did you use a spark on that?
No.
You did? Did you?
Well, I didn't roll max, so no.
Well, is it? Did? Oh, you didn't use advantage.
No, I used advantage for my magic
That
trick,
is
just
true.
making
You
the swap.
didn't. You did not spark on it.
No, I
so
did not spark.
You can add your
So if you-
trickery
if you
to
help
this.
me.
Trickery is my spark.
You
for
need
this.
to roll anything except a 1.
So if it doesn't, so even if you max it out, you don't get to explode it because you're using.
So what's the
gotcha,
die?
Gotcha. D10.
Okay, so anything but a 1, please.
Danny, can you pass me your cable? Your
Oh, yes.
charging cable.
Ooh, that's a 6.
For a total
For a
of
19.
19. Okay. So here's what happens.
See what happened was.
Is what happened
Not like
was
that. Like this. Pay attention.
you set everything up and you wait for the power to go out, and the power goes out, and you quickly start doing what you're doing, and you can already see like the flashing of the backup going very quickly, and you just yank it out very quickly and put the other one on. The other one in your other hand drops, but luckily you're there. You catch it as the power turns back on.
Under my shit.
Through however means you do.
And we told the professor that once the power goes out and comes back on, make a huge scene so that
My heart!
no one will notice the rest of us leaving.
Margaret? Margaret? Who's that, Margaret? Are you canoodling?
Do you say,
How
"Oh
dare-
my heart"?
Huh?
Do you say, "Oh my heart"?
Oh, actually, probably he would say, "Oh, my leg."
You say that?
Yeah, because
Oh
there
my
was
leg. You
something
say.
that like left through my leg rather violently.
Well, it would have been your arm because that's where it.
Oh, sorry, my arm.
As you clutch your arm, you're going to take a major life damage.
Ooh.
So you take 10% due to the fact that the locust is no longer giving you life.
Oh. So I've
And you
got
will need to make
10%.
that roll. You are also going to make it,
So I have to beat
Ozzy.
10%?
You have to get above 10%.
Okay, that seems doable.
What percentage?
Yes, it was doable.
Because the...
You need a second one.
And that brings me up to
Nope,
20
it's
to get
just...
harder?
No,
Okay,
life,
no, that's
life
just
doesn't
luck.
change. It's
So-
just luck.
Okay, I got a 30.
Then you're fine.
But it
You
goes
would
up-
roll both the percentiles, but you're good.
And it goes up to 10?
No. Oh, yeah, yours does because you're taking damage.
As you feel... It seems like you're going to lose 10% for the next little while. Every day that you are not having the locust within you. As you two feel worse for wear because of it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys eventually gather back up, I suppose?
Yep.
Post heist recap.
Yes.
Okay.
We got the thing.
We got the thing. We vominos.
It's down my pants.
All right.
Awkward.
I had to hide it somewhere.
Fair.
All right. I guess let me check real quick when the next SpaceX launch is.
How's everyone feeling?
Could be better.
Bit long in the tooth, frankly.
You see the two of them look very more gaunt.
Ooh,
Mm.
this might be a more complicated problem.
So what do you think? If we launch this thing into outer space, they get their locusts back?
Well, if we launch it into outer space, that was to keep the locusts from ever getting to it. But if they're already aging, even though just because the locusts are out,
Yeah.
Maybe we can cut off its legs and just stuff it back in our bodies.
we could try stuffing it back in your body.
We're not close to the sarcophagus
But we still have to keep. Well, no, but we are right next to the.
The necklace
Yes.
is true.
But even
You're
if we
kind of
stuff
like
it
a
back,
gentle tinking on glass in your backpack.
even if we stuff it back into your body, you still have to keep it there for the rest of eternity.
Duct tape.
Makes it duct
Stuff's not that great, man. I'm telling you, the aliens did it better.
Back in the necrolis, and then we just all communally live and trade the necklace.
I think if we put them all in the necklace, we die.
I believe so.
Never mind then. That's it's not the result I had hoped for.
So when is the next launch?
Gosh, the 6 on this die is very weird.
Is it a 6 or is it a 9?
It's a 6. No, hold on. Let me.
So given the SpaceX cadence, probably in the next couple of days, honestly.
That's what a 6 looks like. That dice. It's very weird. But okay.
So we just got to get to Florida from New York. I can do that. That's easy.
Well, yeah,
Well-
just a plane ride.
All right. If we are supposing that magic is real,
You mean it's not?
given that we
Well-
have grasshoppers that live inside
Yes.
us, I did once meet a very old Chinese man who told me a lot about magic, and I might be able to figure something out.
Okay, what do you need?
Why? I don't know. DM, what would I need to magic my way out of this problem?
Make a obscure knowledge roll
Oh!
to remember what the old man once said.
Ha! Can I use my flavor for knowledge, which is wild guessing?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Can I add my conspiracy theory to it? Because I just love the idea.
as long as no sparks occur.
It's an educated wish.
Well,
So tell me.
so the problem here is a spark is occurring.
Now you can choose not to spark.
No, I'll spark because
Okay.
that turns this into a 19.
Okay.
Nice.
That's fine. I happen to roll a 4 on my obscure, which I guess would spark as well, since you're doing your own thing. So it's a 5 on my obscure conspiracy theory.
Okay.
So I got a 19 with my wild guessing.
Atlantis, man. It's Atlantis. It's gotta be.
So, Atlantis. And 19.
19.
Okay. Let's see.
What do I need to magic my way out of this problem?
Oh.
You would need. Alright. Thinking it over.
Now it's the
Giving some time
Guardians of
sitting in
Galaxy
the
scene.
sitting in
Batman's
the
big
back
bag.
of the. You guys are, I assume, in your car just driving.
Yeah, heading for the airport.
Yeah.
Because as far as I know, the plan is to get to Florida and put it on a rocket.
You thinking with your obscure knowledge, and what the old Chinese man said, is it seems like that Ankra's soul, or whatever the equivalent energy, is in the red gem, which is powering the whole magic item, quote unquote. You would need an equivocal power source to replace Ankra's soul, which is powering the device, which would then allow your locuses to be more controllable and able to keep you guys going. The issue is finding that power source.
What if we destroy it?
We need something that is not the soul of the mummy to fix this.
So, like a great big battery?
Jimmy,
Yes.
as you were driving, your car sort of starts to...
Piece of crap. It's the last time I buy a...
And, shockingly, you were able to sort of coast your way onto a side of the road diner.
That's convenient.
Too
You can
convenient.
see above the diner. You can see lit in bright neon lights. For each of you, it's different. One letter is different. It either says "is bliss" or "in bliss." It's in a sort of a weird font where it could either be an N or an S.
Why does everyone look so confused?
You can see it's one of those like diners where, you know, like the 1950s diner,
The shiny chrome.
the shiny
everywhere.
chrome.
Yeah.
Sort of, you can see a
Well,
few patrons in there. Can I get a senses unseen from everyone?
Oh, I'm good at this.
Would my flavor of hunches
Yes.
keen hearing.
Sure.
19.
19?
6.
19, 6.
5.
5.
10.
10. For the two of you, this is a wonderful coincidence. At least you can get a bite to eat.
I mean, I was hungry.
And maybe discuss what your guys' plan is. What did you roll?
10.
A 10? It's too much of a coincidence in the grand scope of all things.
In my 200 years, it's the only time I've broken down at a diner.
Yep. For you,
Professor.
Professor, or Barry Worcestershire.
That's Professor Worcestershire to you.
Okay. You can see into the diner, and you just get like a sense of that something has brought you here.
Margaret?
As like something has brought you here, as well as you feel a sense of invitation.
It's the good kind, or a foreboding kind.
Both.
Oh, that's not. That's.
Yes.
Two things can be true at once.
This seems suspicious. And I don't think it's Margaret this time.
No, what's suspicious is this guy can't take care of his car.
That's not so suspicious. He can't take care of his own mind most of the time.
I go into the diner with the necklace.
Wait!
Ding, 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 ding.
Worcestershire chases you down.
I was hungry anyway.
Hold on!
You enter in. You see
This is a bad
the
idea.
the red and white leather diner chairs. You can see the little bar. You can see a couple of maybe like half a dozen patrons. You can see behind the.
Think of American Gods.
You can see behind the counter. You can see sort of this very busty blonde lady who's sort of pouring people coffee around the diner, sort of looking as you guys enter. Welcome, sugars. Pick any table and I'll be there with you shortly.
I'll go grab one. I'm thinking.
Two of you, because you, the two of you, because you saw very closely. You can see sitting at a far table, talking with a gentleman. You see the college individual that you saw back at the museum. Sort of talking to what looks like two gentlemen at like the corner booth.
Does he glance our way?
You do see he kind of glances in your over in your direction occasionally, but seems perfectly chill.
Did he have expression that he recognized us?
Make an inward check.
Oh. That's a 2.
That is a 12, which is a spark.
I always thought those reports about the
Okay,
Corvairs
15.
were overblown, but apparently I need a better mechanic.
200 years, man.
His face seems
She's no
very
cars.
expressionless, even though he sees you a couple of times, but continues talking with the two gentlemen at the corner diner.
I awkwardly squeak into the seat and like sliding over and look at everybody.
And I make sure that I sit so that I can watch the other table without appearing to watch the other table.
Gentlemen, I could be mistaken, but I get a funny vibe, as the kids say, from this place. I think this might be a trap. I could be incorrect. It has happened. I know that's unbelievable. But
What kind of trap would this be?
we're not sure yet. We haven't gotten to that part.
It would have to be an amazing coincidence for them to have planned a trap when we didn't even realize we were coming this direction ourselves.
Forces of nature. Is...
Of all of the people that couldn't make this a conspiracy, I'm disappointed in you. You call yourself a theorist.
I was the one driving. No one was telling me.
Where's your
You weren't
grasshopper?
telling me where to go, were you?
My grasshopper's in the jar.
I'm
to-
Oh,
I'm
the-
talking to my
to his
to
inner
my
bug.
shin. I mean, it's not likely. I mean, I know my own mind. They haven't gotten to me.
Oh, is that why you ended up by the
I need
sarcophagus with the
tinfoil.
rest of us?
I need tinfoil.
Order a baked potato.
Yes. 4 baked potatoes.
The blonde waitress kind of comes to you. What can I get you, sugars?
4 baked potatoes.
You can see. You can see on her name tag is Sally.
Cheeseburger and a baked potato and all the tinfoil that you can spare.
Coming right up, sugar, cheeseburger, fries.
No, not fries. Baked potato and
Right.
all the aluminum foil you can spare.
Right, she writes it down.
She seems unfazed by this.
Yeah. For you, Sugar?
She
So-
should think that's weird.
Come back to me.
Certainly. For the gentleman. Looking towards you.
As if a challenge.
Pot pie.
Chicken or beef?
Turkey.
Okay.
She didn't offer, she didn't say anything.
Anything to wash that down with, dear?
Interesting.
Fanta.
Which flavor? Orange, grape?
Nobody
Strawberry.
has both.
Somewhere, the existence of the Coke freestyle machine is not unnoticed.
Gee,
Persimmon.
is that an actual Fanta flavor?
Probably not.
Not as far as I know.
Unfortunately, we have persimmon.
Strawberry then.
All right. For you?
I would like the shepherd's pie, please.
Okay.
With the baked potato.
Now I have to ask: are you referring to like more of the American version with ground beef, or the United Kingdom version, like with lamb?
Who asks that question?
United Kingdom to get it.
All right.
Who has two different kinds?
And baked potato.
And the baked potato. Okay.
We're not like reading off menus or anything, right?
No.
There's no menus.
That's kind of what I was suspecting.
Okay. And anything to wash that down with as well?
Do you have any Guinness?
What kind?
There's only one Guinness. That I know of.
We do. One
Okay.
Guinness.
Also, confirmed this is not a real diner because they're serving you Guinness.
Exactly. After hearing what he ordered.
In the bottle or glass?
Glass, please.
And have you decided sugar?
I think so. I think I will do a double cheeseburger with chili fries, a Neapolitan shake. What was the name of from the translation? Anka?
Ankara.
And a benign replacement for Ankra's soul.
Well, I can do it. I can do everything except the last thing. The gentleman over there in the corner should be able to help you with that. I'll be back with your meals in a moment.
I've never felt
as she
so
left.
justified in my life.
Suspicion confirmed.
Bully indeed. Mwah.
I assume there's silverware on the table.
Yeah.
We gentlemen
I'm
are in a trap.
going to pocket the steak knife and then grab the fork and start bending time to turn it into something a lot more lethal.
So, do we eat our food before or after we go ask the man about a benign replacement for the mummy's soul?
Well, we might as well get a good meal out of this.
That's what I was thinking.
Within 10 minutes, there's sort of a ding at the window, and food is there. You don't see a chef. The blonde Sally grabs it onto a large plastic thing, brings it over. Wrap the double cheeseburger with the baked potato, and the double cheeseburger with the chili fries and the Neapolitan shake. The turkey pot pie with the strawberry Fanta, and the shepherd's pie UK version, and the Guinness in a glass.
And baked potato.
The baked potato.
And carefully unfold the potato.
How's the food here?
Very good.
It's actually turkey.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It
good.
is turkey.
Oh, the aluminum foil here.
She like goes into her apron and hands you a
Pulls out a
roll.
roll.
Pulls
Thank
out,
you.
hands you a roll.
Would you like some?
Prof.
Oh, right.
He forms it into a weird little bowler hat.
When in Rome.
I'm telling you guys, this shit works.
If you don't, you'll stick out.
I'll try and form a fedora type hat and put on my
And
tinfoil
then
hat.
have the meal and watch
Yep,
on the other
eat the
table.
Once we're finished, I suppose it's time to go ask about a benign replacement for Anka's soul.
Mm.
Who's got the necklace?
Oh, did you reach down my pants and grab it?
Sure.
Well, okay then.
Probably ought to leave that here.
Why?
Call it a hunch.
Okay. Should I go talk to him?
I will leave it here. I think we're all gonna go talk to him.
I'm not.
Oh, then sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him though.
Let's wrap it up in foil.
If for no other reason than it's been in your pants.
Oh,
Exactly.
and the grasshoppers.
Oh, and the grasshoppers too.
Huh?
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
There you
go. We should probably keep them in the jar though.
go. Uh-huh. Just route the jar.
Just wrap the jar.
Okay, you wrap the jar.
Are they still clicking? Clinking the glass?
No, just seem to be benign currently.
Are there have they been chipping away at the?
You can see that there are scratches.
They've attempted to.
They have attempted
But
to
no
escape.
cracks though.
No cracks.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up and go walk over to the
Wow.
people in
Neat.
over there.
Who knew you knew what you were talking about?
I've learned a thing or two in 200 years.
Who's going to talk to
I'm staying at the
18.
table.
I'm gonna be at the table
the
watching.
table? Okay.
I can help with what little I can offer.
Well, I rolled an 18, so.
What'd you roll?
I rolled an 18.
Oh, what are you rolling?
Socialize.
A socialize. Okay.
+2.
So for 20?
And my flavor, I could sell anything to anyone. Like sell an idea, sell a concept, anything like that.
Sure.
So I guess actually I could do that with. Yeah, no, that was still 18 was my better. And plus what?
2.
2.
So when we first go over.
20.
Excuse me.
Looking at the table, you see 3 men. You see, though you only got a glimpse, you see sort of a man in his mid-30s, sort of a semi-handsome face, sort of scruffy, maybe hasn't shaved in a couple of days, sort of kind of stiff, sort of wearing just kind of like a loose shirt and cargo pants. And some like combat boots, sort of looking over to you. The gentleman to the left is sort of this big man, sort of a crop of reddish shabby hair, sort of strong jaw, sort of wearing a sort of suit pants, white shirt, no tie. Sort of a green vest and a black suit jacket. And between them, in the far corner, sort of flipping through a couple of manila folders, looking up to you, you see a man dressed nicely, sort of in a light gray suit, 3-piece, no tie, long white hair, part of it's covering his face, sort of in a weird cowlick spot. Sort of looks up to you, and sorry, what did you say?
I said, excuse me.
Ah, yes. How can I help you?
We're looking for a benign replacement for Anka's soul.
Certainly. Frederick, Gerald, if you wouldn't mind. Make a everyone can make knowledge common rolls.
Sure.
Does this have anything to do with the conspiracy theory?
Yes.
That's a 1.
Anything I can use my iPad with?
I don't know shit.
Yes.
Okay.
God.
2.
2.
As you might have imagined, we are,
I rolled with advantage and still got 1.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What do you roll for
Nice.
that?
Wow.
Just
D4.
oh, okay.
I mean, that's
Easier to spark, but it
Easier
really
to
sucks
spark,
when
but
you...
it really sucks if
8.
8.
Yeah. That was both bad rolls.
Perhaps you're the only one that... I feel like out of the group, you seem to be the only one that's more technological. I mean, you seem to be technological, but you also keep off the grid, so then the government can't
I
track
bought a
you.
Corvair.
I have seen the fancy moving pictures.
What did you roll as well?
One.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Ozzy.
I am a vlogger, so
Ozzy,
yes.
you recognize this individual in the middle? He is the current owner, the founder of Google Incorporated.
Google.
Is this brand
That's-
safe, copyright neutral Google?
There's a reason for it
Okay.
called that. You know this gentleman,
It's called Google.
Google Incorporated,
It's the Ghost search engine.
Mm-hmm.
and you recognize this man to be Martin Pine.
Again!
Ah.
Again!
Ah.
I'm gonna.
A strangely obscure tech wizard
Mm.
who has been in the game a long time.
Heavy
Yes,
on
he
wizard.
has.
Also, who did he say did he say Gerald?
He said Gerald and Frederick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gerald.
As a side note, I don't
Oh,
remember what your
Gerald.
name was for the.
That's fine. I don't remember either.
But Frederick works for
Sure.
the psychopath that you played in
Yep. Yeah, that's
the
great.
horror
I missed-
game, the
think I missed that
Phasmophobia
game.
one.
Yeah, I think I missed that game. So.
The two of them stand up and sort of go to a booth off to the side as the gentleman gestures you to sit down.
As you can imagine, we've kind of developed a fondness for this being alive thing.
Right.
Correct.
Correct.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a cell phone on you?
Usually.
I'm gonna text you.
But it would be rude to check your messages
Of
while
course.
you're having a conversation.
One should not commit such a social faux pas.
You're over there talking.
He
huh?
is very properly British.
Yes. I'm gonna text you too. With some information on this guy.
So naturally, we are invested in trying to make the best of our current situation, you understand? And I feel as though we add a great deal more to the universe. As, you know, we have contributed a fair amount of things. I, for one, have created such a massive influx of knowledge about birds and dinosaurs' connection to birds.
Of course,
So
I've
have
read
I
some
ever
of
told
your.
you-
I've read some of your work. Your
Oh,
Have I ever told you that I don't
Prospering
think
of the
birds are real?
Heron is quite an interesting
real.
article.
No, they're not real.
thank you.
They're drawn.
I appreciate that you know
They're-
my word.
They're constructs of the government to spy on us.
Not all of them.
And to
Just
poop on our
some.
cars.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm honored that you know my work.
You really
Of
think the
course.
government's that smart to have drone birds poop on cars?
A replacement, you say?
Yes, a benign replacement.
Benign is the key word there.
This is perhaps one of the most important words in the entire phrase.
It's the feature
Benign.
of the sentence.
He goes into his suit pocket and he pulls out a necklace that sort of has a semi-similar red gem. For those who played in the Phasmophobia game, this is the necklace that was what was causing the haunting.
That's right.
Sort of hangs it up and then just catches it in his hand. This'll work if that's what you're wondering. A swap, then? Is that perhaps a...
Oh, sure. Sure.
Right. If you like, I can quickly make the swap now.
Sounds great.
Sounds
What is
too
it
easy.
you intend on doing with it?
Well, let's see. Inside is the soul of a very, very angry and benevolent
That's the good
sorceress.
Benevolent?
one. I assume you mean
Benevolent?
malevolent.
Angry and benevolent?
Malevolent.
Malevolent.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's the one.
Malevolent, the other word.
The not nice one.
The nice one.
Evil doer.
Yes. If I do. I'm beginning to find you an interesting person. Now, I can do this. However, what do I get out of it?
You get the gem with the malevolent sorcerer's angry soul in it.
Indeed.
Certainly, but Listen. I run a very interesting group.
Oh, do tell.
I have, for the last several years, been constructing teams to help with strange occurrences, rifts, if you were, in the world that causes bad things to leak in, or strange occurrences.
Interesting.
And to have a team as well equipped as all of you who could help deal with certain rifts of these.
I think we might count as strange occurrences.
Interesting.
Well, strange occurrences can help take care of
Other
different strange occurrences, yes.
Oh, well, I counter strange occurrences.
Also having 4 semi-immortal individuals under
This is where
within
we
a
tucked it into the authors.
Yes! Sorry, I got very excited.
very good.
I have spells, you see.
If you would be interested in that, I know the last 180 years have been sort of interesting, but if you're looking for something more permanent, I wouldn't mind employing you.
Birds oftentimes also have a keen sense of wanting a purpose and a job. I'm excited.
You're just gonna blurt out a random bird fact because you're so excited.
I am very fascinated by your job, officer.
Of course. Feel free to take your time on deciding that. However, I will repair your power source if you will allow me to see the...
Sure, it's right over here, and I will lead him over to our table, upon which there is a necklace wrapped in tinfoil and a jar wrapped in tinfoil.
And all you see is me, as I see you coming this direction, my eyes get real wide, and I'm just... He's one of them.
No.
He's one of the them that they're always talking about. He's Illuminati.
Illuminati!
I hate you! I hate you! I hate how stupidly good that joke was! I hate how stupidly good that joke was! Gosh dang it.
Well, now we know what this team's name is.
The Illuminati?
Illuminati.
Hey, speaking of secret societies, I heard a secret society made the badger to release into the world.
Now that he,
I don't know about
I will
that
say,
That's what I
Jimmy,
heard.
now that he is closer, you do recognize this to be Martin Pine of Boogle Incorporated.
Oh. Okay.
Here, look, he's on my iPad.
Our friend says he'll fix our power source problem, and also he offered us all a job.
And
He-
effectively
wait.
eternal life. Eternal?
He
Eternal
offered
life.
or he voluntold us this job?
Well, you
Something in the middle there, yeah.
don't have to accept it, but then we kind of probably might die. But we have been alive for like nearly nearly 300 years by now. But
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of. So I recognize the guy, but I've never met him. I'm just gonna kind of
Yeah.
see if I can get a sense of
You need
him.
to bring the
Sure,
character
make
back.
a senses
RPG
inward
games.
check.
Yeah, this is gonna go well.
Oh, well.
3.
Will you be his one? What are you specifically trying to insight on this man?
I'm just trying to. I mean, in my paranoid brain, I'm trying to figure out if there's any way at all that I can trust him.
I mean,
So don't you guys ever check your
trust
text
must be
messages?
earned in both ways.
Okay.
It seems like he is doing a favor for
This
you
is Martin
guys,
Pine.
perhaps trying to seek favor
The
and
Martin
help
Pine.
for
It
whatever
says
he's
PDF.
doing. You need to give us 5 minutes between them, because you're too much on fire right now, Danny, and I can't keep up. I can't keep up. It's getting ridiculous.
It's really Monday.
All right.
Okay,
And I'll
take your
sort
finger, click on it.
I'll unwrap the necklace and sort of slide it over to him and watch him real closely.
Yeah. He sort of looks it over.
I mean, and every so often my hand will go up and just make sure my aluminum foil cap is still on.
Shockingly, that sometimes works.
Yeah. I know, right?
This is the great professor I wanted to study under.
I mean, you were doing most of the work, bud. Let's be real.
Danny's crying.
I've gotten to be quite silly tonight.
It's this PDF.
nothing about pine module.
You watch as he sort of looks it over a little bit, and he's sort of looking at it. Everyone can make either knowledge obscure or senses unseen.
We'll do senses unseen.
Knowledge obscure. Can I count my conspiracy theories?
Yes, it's conspiracy. An 8?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I use my iPad?
Just a 3.
Sure.
Okay, in that case, it'd be
Just
a
a 3.
19.
A
Just a
19?
3.
6.
6. And what did you roll, Professor?
Oh, an 8.
An 8.
Sorry.
You're the only one that's semi-able. You're able to see this.
Freaking
Ozzy.
iPads, man. You need to get with it.
You see as he begins touching it. What do you use?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
He begins looking at it, and you can see from his fingertips. You can see it kind of. They slowly start to dissipate at the edges of his fingers. And you can tell that you're not sure entirely how, but you can see little nanites come out of his fingertips and begin doing stuff to the amulet. He sort of takes the other amulet and sets it down. I'd hold your breath as he pulls from the collar. Each of you instantly begin to feel as though you are being, and we've used this term a lot, dehumidified in a very rapid succession.
I grab up some of the tin foil and put it over my mouth.
as you guys just start beginning to feel like all
Begin
of
to feel our
It's
age.
that Beetlejuice moment that like they start folding in
Yeah.
on themselves.
as he quickly sets the other one in, and after a moment or two, you guys feel you being rehydrated again.
Well, that was a spectacularly odd sensation.
Yes.
I'm gonna start doing internet search on nanites.
Okay.
Now I'm hungry for jerky.
That's strangely specific. Also, at what point is that considered cannibalism?
You know, you still
Yeah,
have
not
your
at this
hamburger.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Or an odd duck. Well, thank you for that, whatever that was.
Of course.
So, how does one...
Before we have a conversation, the two of you have something to do.
I'm checking the glass jar
They're sort of just standing there, or sort of just in there.
just in there.
Martin sort of just like, I'd probably pop those back in if I were you.
Oh,
Like,
mouth is the easiest way.
I mean, probably.
well, I don't want to poop them out
Unless you
later.
want to go the other way.
Well, I mean, if I eat it, isn't it going to pass through?
Suppository.
I feel like it'll find its spot.
I dip it in a shepherd pie.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Lube it up a little bit.
The two of you can get rid of your frail disadvantage as you feel like your old but not too old self returns back to normal.
Well, I guess the question is, if we get to a point where we want to die, how are we going to get these out?
Oh, is that an option later on?
I imagined there would be. But well,
I'm in no rush to find out the answer to that question.
I'm
and
just
that's
saying,
probably smart. Well,
at some point
I will.
we'll not want to, live anymore because, eternity is a long time.
Birds.
Eternity is a long time. to
We'll
live.
burn that bridge when we get to it. And by burn, I mean like plant C4 on it and blow it up
Mhm.
before we can get across it.
I feel like letting the grasshopper leave might be easier.
Well, I
He's
will.
not getting what I'm saying.
I will allow you time to consider if you wish to
Where's the contract?
work with me. Contract.
Oh.
Nothing. No paperwork. He pulls
I
out.
don't even pay taxes.
He pulls out 3 business cards and sets them down. My number's on there. If you are all together or separately wish to join, that's perfectly fine.
Hang on. He puts down 3 business cards at the table of 4 people.
Four business cards.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's like, which one of us
He
is
knew I
just
wasn't going to take
kidnapping?
one.
Yeah, which one of us is he just noping on?
I'm sure you will. Don't or do. We'll see. Good luck with Louise, and I hope to see you again. Gerald, let's go.
Good luck with the what?
Louise?
You watch as Martin and his driver Gerald get into a large, into like sort of like a black Cadillac and sort of pull out of the drive. You see the one Frederick kind of gets into sort of a Jeep Wrangler, and then peels out as well.
Who's Louise? Margaret?
That would probably be me.
Oh.
You see, sort of standing right in front of your table, you see a ghostly outline of a Victorian woman.
Ah. Well, pleasure to meet you, my dear.
Of course. And as your perhaps new caretaker, we'll see how that goes.
Caretaker. How do you mean?
Well, I am the entity powering the
Oh.
collar, so...
Oh, I understand now.
Oh.
This should be fun.
I agree. Did you know that blue jays can
within the is and or in bliss diner, we pull away as I think we'll leave that story to be told at a later date to perhaps what might happen to this interesting group of individuals.
Worcestershire is signing up.
Wow.
Probably much to their chagrin.
So how did you guys enjoy that?
That was
That
fun.
was good. That was fun.
That was a lot.
Sort of my little interlude to maybe a cryptid or cosmic horror, not like horror, but like cosmic horror shenanigans for the three-man system.
Yeah, it's our own very silly version of a cross between Scooby-Doo and Supernatural.
Yeah.
And I am so in.
I dig it.
Bring me
Well, so
all the
but look
facts.
at it's fun because you gotta look at the dynamic you guys have made. You have the smart academic recording man who's the tech wizard. You've got he's not a professor, but sort of like the eclectic face of the group, and then you got like the trickster sort of fast hands sort of guy, and then you've got sort of the
grumpy curmudgeon conspiracy theorist uncle that nobody ever talks about.
who now are under the guardianship of an old Victorian woman who is powering their immortal living.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
So I don't know what to call this. There's not exactly
we have a name for it.
the Illuminati.
Yes.
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati. Good luck on spelling that.
I'm writing it down on my sheet.
I guess we'll call this the I don't even know what to call this. The prequel to or the
That's what I came up with. How does that work?
Hey, that's how I spelled
That
it.
means that I would call it the Aluminiuminati.
That's what I was thinking.
That was very
Yeah.
difficult to say.
because of English.
Yes.
I guess this would be the beginnings of the Illuminati. So
The Illuminati.
Illuminati.
thank you all for this weird journey to a
That's a lot of fun.
very weird idea I had to bring a weird thing to do for the three-man system 2.0. Thank you guys for watching. I will turn it to Keith for the outro.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I think everyone else around the table had fun. Thank you very much, Brayden, for
course.
hosting us and
Yes.
taking us on this wild ride.
Great fun.
The 200-year time jump came out of nowhere. Was not
really
expecting
cool.
that.
Not
That was a lot
planning
of fun.
No, one of the things I was trying to figure out is just like an archaeological thing can be cool, but then I was just like, it's gonna turn into a dungeon crawl and that sort of thing. And then I was just like, what happens if, because like mummies live for eternity, and it's like, so just to get some context on like the specific prophecy or whatever that was on Ankra's thing. So that she would trade 4 lives for 1. She gave you all 4 lives. She gave you 50 times 4 lifetimes. So the whole thing was, hey, I'll trade you 4 lifetimes so that you can live 4 times forever, or 4 times what a normal life would be. And then once you're done with that, whatever life energy you had gained from that, I will then come back to life. So it's sort of, hey, mortal person, I'll give you 4 times the expected life of a mortal, and then once all that's done, I then get to come back to life.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Of course, she was a very bad Egyptian sorceress called the Lady of the Locust, very plague based and not a great person, but
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
We're putting this to much better use. I don't know.
Exactly. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys will join us again for next week. We will probably be back to our regular D&D session next week. You know, as they say in the South, Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We will. Don't think about it too hard. But we will be back. We should be back with you next week. You can always check up on our Discord server to know what our broadcasting schedule is going to be. I do try to keep that updated. It doesn't always work, but I try to. You can also reach out through Discord to Braden if you want more information about his 3-man system. Which,
I'm really liking it.
Yeah, I'm really liking it. It's
Yeah. So, what did you
Real
guys
quick-
think of 2.0?
Excellent.
I like it.
it's
I know
excellent.
this is this other than the one time we did it with a bunch of friends for the original one. What did you think of version 2.0 or your first time playing on the channel? The 3-man system.
No, I think this is it is an excellent evolution
Yes.
of what I
Yeah.
have seen previously.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep,
I think
I-
that it's a super great single page system.
Yep.
Very simple setup, very fun character creation.
I'll have to work on the stress and how stress and disadvantage works a little bit because we didn't get a chance to run that a little bit, but we weren't in very stressful.
No, we really weren't. So it was
Not until the
Yeah.
heist.
Not until the heist,
yeah.
but that wasn't the only time you
Yeah.
guys were stressed.
Right, and we just wound up having the perfect team for that.
Yep.
So
It's
That
it's
was-
almost as if Martin Pine planned it. As a side note, Boogle is a name of a group of weasels, and Martin Pine Martin
Yep.
weasel.
yeah,
So.
got it. So yeah, keep tabs on Discord for the schedule. You can reach out to Braden for details on his 3-man system via Discord. We do also put all of our video content out on YouTube. So if you're finding it on YouTube, great, fantastic, love it. If you are wanting to do a review, revisit, rewatch, you can go out to YouTube. While you're there, if you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so that you will always know when we put new content up. And have a great time. There's tons of stuff out there, hours and hours, hundreds of hours of stuff that we've put up. So feel free to browse and watch to your heart's content.
Some of it's even good.
Some of it.
I like to think more than half of it is good.
I feel like with that many hours, that's,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good
You know, passing grade.
rate. Yeah.
That's going to do it for us here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Come back and see us again next week when we get back to our regular scheduled D&D session. Until then,
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
and if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.
Good night.